For a city that's known for big shows, this is the hottest ticket in town. Tonight's game, Mater Dei against Bishop Gorman at Bishop Gorman High School, sold out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got Friday night lights, we've got lights on the strip, and we've got probably the biggest lights right here on this football field here at Bishop Gorman tonight. Good evening, everyone. Jeff Kurtz alongside Zach Poff here for the MaxPreps Game of the Week. And Zach, we thought we were going to have a game between number 1 versus number 3. Mater Dei losing last week. Now it's number 2 versus number 8, but it's still a big matchup when these two schools get together. Yeah, this is still one of the biggest games, not just this week, but the entire year. Because I look at it this way when it comes to national rankings. The loser of this game is most likely out when it comes to finishing the season at number 1. So this is kind of a national title game type picture here in September. Well, let's look at some of the key players for this game tonight. And there are a lot of great players we could pick from either one of these two teams. But we've got some really good ones. Let's start with Mater Dei and their wide receiver, Chris Henry Jr. Yeah, he's a 5-star for a reason, a 5-star Ohio State commit. He showed his talent in that win against St. Thomas Aquinas to start the year. 2 touchdowns this year with over 200 yards receiving. And meanwhile, the secondary for Bishop Gorman's going to have to step up tonight. Let's look at one of the Gaels here, Jet Washington, the senior safety. Yeah, he was our MaxPreps National Player of the Year in the state of Nevada last year as a junior. Had 5 interceptions, has 7 for his career, and he's going to be a big factor here tonight going up against arguably the best receiving corps in high school football. Yeah, this is a great matchup. A lot of great players on both sides of the football, Zach. We were talking about the secondary for Bishop Gorman matching up against the wide receiving corps of Mater Dei. Let's look at the keys to the game tonight, folks, for both of these two teams. And for Mater Dei in particular, this is a bounce-back game for them tonight after losing to a very good Centennial Corona team last week. Yeah, it's crazy to think that was their first loss against a team not named St. John Bosco since 2015. And they're trying to avoid something they haven't done since 2013, and that's lose 2 straight games. And they got to treat the ball like a baby. No turnovers. Had 7 turnovers last week, and that really came back to bite Mater Dei. Yeah, Coach Lara telling us before the game tonight, Zach, that, boy, we turned the ball over 7 times. Yeah. Guys, we almost won the football game, and we turned the ball over 7 times. I mean, that's going to be really interesting to watch how well they handle the football here tonight. And then looking at Bishop Gorman, time to step up, and we've got that in quotes tonight for a reason. Yeah, Hayden Stepp, 5-star corner. He's going to have his hands full today going up against not just Chris Henry Jr., but he also got 4-star Ohio State Caden Dixon Wyatt. And flags in the pocket. That's going to be important for Bishop Gorman. You got to stay composed. Mater Dei is going to try and get you out of your game. You got to limit the penalties if you want to beat a team like Mater Dei. Yeah, the coaching staff really emphasizing that this week for Bishop Gorman. We've got to make sure we avoid those penalties. Well, we're going to see what action takes place on the field in just a few moments, folks. Start of the game just a few moments away.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Number 1 priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools to protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
We got a special addition to the broadcast team here tonight as tossing down to the field for his broadcast debut, our sideline reporter, very own MaxPreps, Chris Stonebreaker. Chris, what do you got for us?
Hello, gents. I just want you guys to know that, A, Poff, I got my popcorn, I got my sauce ready. I'm here. There's no other place in America that I would rather be than here, Fertitta Field, Bishop Gorman High School, Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, one thing you guys got to know, Gorman's not coming in complacent. They know who they're going against. They're going against the preseason #1 team, the #8 team in America, Mater Dei. And as far as Mater Dei goes, we all know, hey, they had a long drive yesterday. Coming here, they not only had one of their vans, actually, or buses, break down, but then they saw an accident, got stuck in traffic, finally got here, had food at 5:15, and then got over here to Bishop Gorman High School to watch the girls play in a volleyball game. Bishop Gorman ended up winning 3-1. I don't know if that's foreshadowing. We will see. But again, thanks for having me here. I'm excited. Popcorn in hand. Let's go.
Hey, I mean, how great is that? He's got the popcorn, man. I say get your popcorn ready, and only one of us actually has it ready. So shout out to you, Stone. And, hey, Bishop Gorman's got the upper hand so far in this kind of duel against Mater Dei. They're up 1-0. So Mater Dei trying to even the score here on this beautiful Friday night in Las Vegas.
Did Chris run through the tunnel with Bishop Gorman? Because he's as fired up like he's got pads on tonight.
That's something he would do.
You got to love that energy added to the broadcast. Well, we'll get back to Chris later on in the game. Bishop Gorman, Mater Dei on the field, the atmosphere electric. We mentioned at the top, this game sold out. 6,000 tickets available for tonight's game, and they were all sold out as of this morning. So if you want to get in, good luck. You are tailgating in the parking lot or you're watching us.
Hey, pull out your phone, tell a buddy, hey, you got a free broadcast on MaxPreps YouTube channel. This is arguably the biggest game in the high school football season this year. And, you know, it's interesting, too, because Mater Dei is coming off that loss. The last time they lost 2 games in a row, you got to go back to 2013 when they lost to Santa Margarita and St. John Bosco in back-to-back weeks on October 25th and November 1st.
Yeah, 21-game winning streak snapped against a Corona Centennial team that is very, very good. I mean, that is not a slouch loss by any stretch. They committed 7 turnovers, Mater Dei, and only lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, and, you know, Matt Logan has 298 career wins for a reason. He's one of the best coaches in the entire country. And Mater Dei had a chance to win that game. They were down 33-7 at half, scored back in the third quarter, 29 unanswered, had a 36-33 lead going into the fourth quarter. And Centennial bounced back. And, hey, I mean, Caden Dixon-White was supposed to make a great catch, got ruled an interception, so that ruined any hope of Mater Dei coming back to win that game.
Wins over St. Thomas Aquinas on the road in Florida. They won at home against Kahuku. Lost to Centennial Corona at their place. Now they're here at Bishop Gorman as you look at Raul Lara in his second year guiding the Monarchs. And, boy, he had a great record at Long Beach Poly. He took a Warren team, public school team, made them competitive year in and year out. He's been effective everywhere he's been.
Yeah, and that was his first loss as Mater Dei's head coach. Took over last year. They went wire to wire as the #1 team in high school football. And, you know, looking back at his Poly days, that was the first time that Raul Lara has won a state title in California. Had Poly in it twice, and they lost on game-winning touchdowns in the final minute and a half.
Well, Mater Dei to kick off here this evening. Going left to right across your screen in those white jerseys. Getting set to kick things away will be Jerry Schiffman, the sophomore kicker. 2 back to receive for Gorman. They're wearing the orange tonight. I don't know if you had a chance, folks, to check out our piece on MaxPreps.com, but there are a lot of different uniform combinations Gorman could use, and they're looking like the Florida Gators here going all orange tonight. The Gaels on the return across the 25, down the far sideline. Nice return on the opening kickoff. Bishop Gorman fans fired up as they take it beyond the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and the sophomore Zyron Minor, he housed one last week against East St. Louis, and he shows his playmaking ability, setting up the Gaels with great field position.
And we'll get our first look at this offense led by Micah Eugenio, the quarterback, who's going to start out with a football at his own 46-yard line, so a short field already for Bishop Gorman.
And he's having a tremendous senior season. Had a good junior year when he took over as a starter, but this year he's already thrown for 1,044 yards. But 14 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and he's completing 80.5% of his passes.
Yeah, one interesting stat here. He's thrown for 14. He's run for 1. There's another guy on the team who's run for a touchdown, another quarterback who's thrown for 1. 15 of the 17 touchdowns have come because of Eugenio.
Yeah, he shined last year, but he's improved tremendously.
And on first down, he's going to hand it off, and Mater Dei's defensive front is ready. That's going to be a loss of a yard. Let's go ahead and take a look at the offensive lineup for the 4-0 undefeated at Bishop Gorman Gaels.
Yeah, and it's a very young offensive line. You got Jamari Turner, a sophomore, Jason Lawrence, a freshman. The only senior is Devin Esminger at center. And you got Savea and Eugene rounding out the offensive line. Great playmakers with Kiana Watson, Messiah Mingo, and Zion Minor. And then also Trent Walker at tight end, a big playmaking ability at tight end.
Yeah, 3 underclassmen on this offensive line. And Coach Brett Browner, in his 6th season coaching this Gaels team, said, look, they're young, but they're good.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't put them in there if they couldn't play. Boy, this offensive line is going to be really good in a couple of years, as this pass to the near side is going to be caught by Messiah Mingo. Mingo is going to be stopped shy of midfield. Nice job, Danny Lang, who has 19 tackles on the year coming into this game, 18 of them solo.
Yeah.
Makes the stop as we take a look at the Mater Dei defense.
Yeah, 4-star junior DB with 27 offers. The guy to watch for here on this D-line is Tomu Tapoi, a 4-star USC commit. He impacts the game at the high school level as much as anyone. A great linebacking core led by USC-bound linebacker Sean Scott. And then Soso Schuster, a freshman. Juju Smith-Schuster's younger cousin. He is a name to watch. And outstanding secondary led by Danny Lang, Aaron Washington, and the standout sophomore Ace Latule, along with C.J. Lavender, who's committed to Washington.
3rd and 7 for the Gaels. Eugenio looking to throw. He's looking right. He's throwing right. He's got a man open. That pass is going to be caught. A first down for Gorman. Knocked out of bounds around the 20-yard line is Kiana Watson, his 14th catch of the year.
Yeah, we were talking with Eugenio earlier this week, and he said his #1 attribute is his accuracy, and he showed it there, dropping it in perfect to the senior wideout, Kiana Watson.
You know, the other thing that Coach Browner told us is he said Eugenio's quiet, but he's calm and poised all the time. He said even in tense situations, he handles things really well. And even if he has this kid's completing 80% of the passes he throws, Zach, which is ridiculous. And yet every time he comes to the sideline and his coach says, hey, great game, he's like, no, I missed on a couple. You were 15 of 17. What are you talking about? He's looking to throw again. Pressure coming. He's going to roll away from it. Tosses, has a man open, and Gorman's going to get on the board first. That is an easy pitch and catch for Bishop Gorman as Damari Hall takes it in for a touchdown.
And Damari Hall, the transfer from Narbonne, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's got 4 offers so far, and just a great job by Eugenio to roll out, and Damari Hall was wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, Hall had no one around him. Eugenio does a nice job rolling away from pressure and connects for his 15th touchdown pass of the year. Here's the extra point attempt. That one on the way, and it is good. And Gorman, in a 3rd and 7 situation, connects on a first down, and the following play, they've got a touchdown, a 54-yard drive.
Yeah, that might be the easiest throw Eugenio is going to have tonight. Just a great job to get outside the pocket. Damari Hall running all by himself. First touchdown on the season for the 6'3", 200-pound senior. And, a great first drive for the Gaels. Had that 3rd and 7 situation. Eugenio dropped it in perfect to Watson. And then a few plays later, capitalized on the touchdown to Damari Hall. And that's what you want to do to Mater Dei, too. They're coming off a loss, so you want to put a little pressure on them to start this game, and a great opening drive for the Las Vegas Power.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. You go 54 yards, you score. And you make it look pretty easy on the 3rd down connection and then the touchdown pass. So Mater Dei's offense is going to get an opportunity here. And we'll see if they can match. They can certainly put points up on the board, as we saw last week against Centennial when they got down early. But you don't want to get down early here against Gorman by too much. Bishop Gorman has had games nothing closer than 21 points so far. And that one game against Lone Peak ended a little bit early. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on, as this ball is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And Mater Dei will start out at their own 20-yard line. So Gorman gets a nice return, starts with a short field, long field in front of Ryan Hopkins, the starting quarterback, and his offense here for the Monarchs.
Yeah, it was a struggle in the first half last week for Hopkins against Centennial. Matt Logan's squad doing a great job getting pressure on him, but he had a great 3rd quarter and kind of hoping he can ride that momentum into this game. And, the craziest stat coming into this one this year, Mater Dei so far on the season has actually allowed more points than scored, which is very rare to hear for the Mater Dei Monarchs. Yeah, 83-84.
Their game against St. Thomas Aquinas, they won by 3. They beat Kahuku by 3. Then they lose by 7 last week.
Yeah.
Hopkins on first down looking to throw, going to hit to the near side. That pass is caught, and that is going to be a nice gain on first down for Caden Dixon-Wyatt, who is going to get about 8 yards, set up a 2nd and 2. Let's take a look at the Mater Dei offense.
Yeah, this wide receiving core is as good as anybody. Kenny Leggett getting the start at running back. But Chris Henry Jr., Caden Dixon-Wyatt, both Ohio State commits. Gavin Honore, a Georgia commit. And then you got 5-star Mark Bowman at tight end, a very talented group. And they got a big offensive line led by Cody Green, a 5-star Washington commit. And Damian Armenta, named to remember, only a freshman.
Dixon-Wyatt, the catch to the outside. He's got a first down and more across the 35 out near the 37-yard line. And Mater Dei on 2 plays has themselves a first down.
And I expected this from Mater Dei's offense. They got to do some quick attacks because their offensive line has been allowing pressure. So important for Hopkins to get the ball out quick when you got playmakers like Caden Dixon-Wyatt, Chris Henry Jr., and Gavin Honore.
And this is a Bishop Gorman defense that has put quarterbacks 31 hurries this year, 62 tackles for loss, 25 sacks. 1 out of every 5 tackles that Gorman makes is behind the line of scrimmage.
It's pretty good.
Handoff running right, trying to get to the outside, and there's one right there. A tackle behind the line. Nice job flying in there. Pesci Silva, the defensive back, free safety, comes in and makes the tackle.
Yeah, this Gaels defense, they're good on all 3 levels. Jordan Lutu, Tamatoa, Naote at linebacker, and also on the D-line, too. You got Prince Williams, a 4-star Arizona commit. He has 16 tackles for loss and 6 sacks this season, and his secondary is as good as anyone. Hayden Stepp, a 5-star, along with Jet Washington, who is a nephew of the late, great Kobe Bryant.
Just to highlight, too, how ridiculous that Prince Williams stat is. He's had 32 tackles this year, 16 of them behind the line, 1 out of every 2. Hopkins throwing out of the backfield. The running back trying to make a move, gets across the line of scrimmage and more. He's going to get out close to the first down. Nice job by Mater Dei's Kenny Leggett. After that tackle in the backfield, he's able to get positive yardage here. Will be stopped at the 44-yard line, setting up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, that was a great job. And, I mean, he made Jet Washington miss on the open field tackle. Nice job by Mark Bowman, stealing a block on the edge.
Strong side left formation for Mater Dei. They're going to give it to Leggett. He's going to be stacked up at the line. He's going to lose another yard. Back to the 42-yard line. He's going to lose 2 yards.
And that's really what has hurt Mater Dei this year. Last year, they had Mr. Dependable Jordan Davison, who's now at Oregon. He was our MaxPreps California Player of the Year. They haven't really established themselves as a run-heavy team so far this year. And that's put a lot more pressure on Ryan Hopkins at quarterback.
Coy Purcell Jr. with a nice tackle, stopping the line of attack at the line of scrimmage and forcing the 2-yard loss. 70 players on these 2 teams with Division I offers. Zach's mentioned several of them already in the first few minutes.
We had 76 with St. Francis and Bosco.
Hopkins going to quick kick this away. Nobody back to receive for Gorman. It is going to take a Mater Dei bounce, and they will flip the field here as the ball will roll down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, nice punt by the future Wisconsin Badger, 3-star quarterback Ryan Hopkins. And this is a big drive for Mater Dei's defense. Last week they fell behind 28-0 in the first quarter against Corona Centennial. Came back, took a lead, but you don't want to fall into that trap again here a week later.
Yeah, and Micah Eugenio has been running a pretty smooth offense so far. This is Coach Browner was telling us during the week, Zach, that, hey, we try to be run-pass balance, but we've been able to throw a lot because that's what the defense has been giving us, and Mike has been ready for it.
Yeah, and, you know, the Gaels have had some great quarterbacks. Tate Martell, Mike Alejado, and you can go ahead and throw Micah Eugenio in that mix as well. I mean, just the way he takes care of the football.
Eugenio's got a 4-receiver set on this first play from the 11-yard line with the back to his right in the backfield. On first down, Gaels are going to keep this on the ground, and not getting much is Terrence Grant. Actually, second effort. He didn't have much until he did, a gain of 4.
And you don't see that often carrying Tomu Tupoi for an extra few yards. Terrence Grant, he's been eager to get back out there, been a little banged up this year, getting a start tonight. He's got 27 offers and a 3-star running back, only a junior.
6 carries for 49 yards coming into the game. It's really been Noah Cole who's done the bulk of the carries so far this season. 20 carries for 233 yards and a touchdown. That's the only other rushing touchdown other than Eugenio's. They've got 2 this year to the Gaels. 15 TDs through the air. On second down, Eugenio looking right, throwing right, and he's got a man open. That pass is caught for a first down out near the 33-yard line.
Damari Hall, once again, he hasn't been used a ton this year, but had a touchdown drive and a nice catch there, and another perfect throw from the 3-star Hawaii commit.
Yeah, that was a bullet. Hall.
Yeah, Hall.
Big presence out there.
Yeah, former SoCal dude at Narbonne High School. Obviously, Narbonne went through some things last year, so he decided to get on out of there and picked a good school to come ball for.
He's going to come out of the game for this particular play, and now Gorman's going to call a timeout, as I think they had a late package change offensively, and they're going to use their first timeout of the game with 5:15 remaining in the first quarter of play. Well, we had a chance to talk to Coach Browner during the week, and our MaxPreps team had a chance to sit down with him as well. Let's see what he had to say.
The whole point of this place is to make sure this is the best high school football experience you could possibly have, right? From the travel to the uniforms, to the helmets, to the music, to the atmosphere. You know, a lot of these kids, this will be the last time they ever play football. And high school, we know, is one of those special times in all of our lives. You remember a lot of things from high school. You keep it through your whole entire your life. It's a lifetime thing. These kids bond. These kids all talk to each other later on. And this experience itself is the most important thing, because that's what they're going to keep more than a win, than a loss, than anything else. They're going to have that experience. They're going to have that bond as brothers to go through their whole lives. So really, that's what the program's built on, right? We do hard work and discipline, right? Those are two pillars that you teach kids, so they have that for the rest of their life. But the experience of playing high school football here is amazing. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing going to be anything else like it, because that is what we really focus on. I know, again, everybody thinks it's just about winning and all that kind of stuff. You know, we don't talk about winning. We don't talk about all the other stuff. We don't talk about being 1, 2, or 3, whatever the rankings are. We just talk about playing good football. We talk about discipline. We talk about character. We talk about everything else kind of besides winning. And I think it's a testament when you see a lot of my guys come back. You know, we've got Tyjon's coaching, Nico's coaching, Haskell's coaching. You know, Jalen comes back, Nair, Speedy comes back all the time, DTR, all those guys come back and just want to be at practice, you know, so you just kind of see that I'm hoping that what we're doing is really working, and it's giving them experience again. If they're coming back, you know, I think last spring when all the guys got out of college, we had like 15 guys in college all come back and watch high school football practice. You know, it's not like a normal thing, right? You know, so, you know, I think that's the biggest piece that people miss about this place. When you talk about Bishop Gorman, it's a special place, all the way to school, football, but the experience that you have here, it just takes you for the rest of your life.
Well, Coach Browner sounds almost more proud of the fact that he's got players who come back every year than he does with his one-loss record at the end of every season.
It's a great culture. You know, Browner's done a tremendous job. Took over in 2020. This is 6th season. All he's done is gone 55-3 and led Bishop Gorman to 3 straight top 5 finishes, and also finished ranked in his first year in 2021.
Mater Dei blitzing on 3rd and 9. Pass down the field's going to overshoot Zyron Minor of Bishop Gorman, and that will bring on the punt team for the Gaels. Nice job by the Mater Dei defense that time. Some good work in the secondary and a nice job up front stopping the run game. Noah Cole was only able to gain a yard on his first carry, and that was the only yard they got on that little sequence.
Yeah, and going back to Browner, I mean, he's just dominated in-state competition. They've gone 37-0 against Nevada opponents, 18-3 against out-of-state competition, and the in-state opponents, they've outscored 2015 to 139. I crunched the numbers, and that's an average margin victory of 52.1 points per game. The closest game was 35-14 in the semifinals in 2021 against Liberty, and they had Jaden Mayabu, who's now the starting quarterback at SC, and Jeremy Bernard having a standout season at Alabama.
Nice high punt into the Las Vegas night, and a fair catch is going to be called for inside the 25-yard line by Mater Dei, and that is where they will start their second possession with 4:15 remaining in the opening quarter.
And Browner, too, he was really the coach that got Bishop Gorman back to what they used to be back in 2014 to 2016, where they went 3 straight undefeated seasons with Tate Martell at quarterback. And he's kind of got Bishop Gorman as one of the most dominant programs in high school football.
Yeah, they had some players roll through here during that time.
Yep.
And a lot of celebrities sending their kids here as well.
Snoop Dogg, Cordell Brodus, Flava Flav didn't have kids here, but he'd come watch guys ball here. Dana White.
On first down, Hopkins going to hand this one off, and this is across the 25-yard line out near the 27. That time,
I think it was
Justin Lewis with the carry, his first carry of the game.
Yeah, 3-star UMass commit. He transferred over from Thousand Oaks. He's had a good start to his senior year. He's been the most dependable runner for Coach Raul Lara.
Averaging close to 7 yards per carry, 32 carries for 222 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
I'm still waiting to see when they kind of start getting the 5-star tight end, Mark Bowman, involved a little bit.
Bowman's lined up just off of right tackle. They're looking across the middle. He's covered pretty well. Hopkins has good foot speed. He's going to pick up a first down to the 35-yard line. That was blanket coverage by Natiote on Bowman, and unable to find him because number 10 was draped all over the tight end.
And that's what makes Hopkins dangerous, his escapability. You know, this is a dude who ran a sub 1100 meter. He's fast when he gets out in the open field. Nice tackle by Jet Washington to make sure he didn't pick up even more yardage, but nice first down run for the 3-star QB.
Yeah, Hopkins comes from an athletic family. His sister Haley plays in the Professional Women's Soccer League, National Women's Soccer League for the North Carolina Courage. His dad on a pass to the near side, Chris Henry with his first catch of the game. He'll be stopped up in the backfield for a loss. His dad, David, played baseball at the University of Virginia and then got drafted by the Texas Rangers in the 14th round back in 1982.
So yeah, a lot of talent, a lot of good blood for Ryan Hopkins, good genes. Nice open field tackle on Chris Henry Jr. Then a bunch of Gaels came over. And, you know, last year, Chris Henry, his first year at Mater Dei as a junior, he actually suffered his season-ending injury in that 31-15 win against Bishop Gorman last year. So you know he's hungry to get back at these guys this season.
And we've got guys jumping into the neutral zone for Bishop Gorman. Another tackle for a loss on that pass play to Henry. They end up losing about a yard or two on the play, setting up second down and 11 here. So the offside against Gorman. First penalty of the game for the Gaels. And this will make it a little bit more palatable 2nd and 6 for Mater Dei.
And coming into this one, Mater Dei's offense averaging 27.6 points per game. The Gaels' defense only allowing 6 points per contest, but Mater Dei's played a little stiffer competition than Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman's last two opponents, so East St. Louis and Lone Peak, very good schools.
High snap, strong side left formation for the Monarchs, and in the run game, the officials are going to blow this dead as Lewis is going to pop out of the pile, but after the officials stop the play, no gain, setting up 3rd down.
Owen Neal a little slow getting up the center. Looks like he's all right.
Well, that's one thing. Some of the timing of these plays is getting disrupted because the snap, Hopkins has had to leave his feet a couple of times to grab the football. And that just really impacts your timing across the board with the read option. And now Mater Dei is going to go with a 4-receiver set. Bishop Gorman's been showing blitz. Centennial did that last week against Mater Dei to great effect in the first half in particular. Here they come. We got a whistle, however, and we might have movement. Or do we have offside?
I think a little defense got off a little too early, so that's perfect for Mater Dei. You turn a 3rd and 6 into a 3rd and 1. Nice job by Hopkins, showing good cadence here. He's got it.
Dead ball.
Gaels to jump off sides.
Number 28. 5-yard penalty.
It's nice to get a microphone from the ref. We can actually hear him this week.
Right.
I guess I got to stop over, talking over him.
Joe Molinaro is our referee. We'll show you the officials in just a few moments, folks. Molinaro looking a little bit like the former NFL official going way back. This is before your time, Zach. Jim Tunney.
Never heard of him.
I know, but he was a classic. Handoff, left side. Lewis, big gain here. First down and more into Bishop Gorman territory. Finally tackled at the 40-yard line. A first down for the Monarchs.
And important for Mater Dei to establish a running game. It's going to allow Hopkins to get more time throwing the ball. Nice job by Justin Lewis going north and south. I got to pick up a yard. Gets even more. Big first down for Mater Dei.
Yeah, important for Mater Dei to move the chains here. They did a nice job flipping the field on Gorman with that quick kick by Hopkins on their last possession, punting on 4th down. Got the ball in decent field position here, running to the right-hand side. Short effort for Lewis. He'll take it inside the 45, down around the 42-yard line.
That was Purcell on the tackle. 3-star UNLV committed to UNLV back in June. He's got 4 tackles for loss and 14 tackles on the season. 6'4", 325-pound senior. A lot of beef on both the offensive and defensive line for both these programs.
Hopkins not really in a hurry here, and he's going to be content to let the clock wind down to the end of the first quarter. Bishop Gorman scores on their opening possession. They take a 7-0 lead here in the first. Mater Dei on the march. We'll be back here from Las Vegas on the MaxPreps Game of the Week in just a few moments, folks. Please stay with us.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools to protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
The MaxPreps Game of the Week is brought to you by GoFan, the leading ticketing solution for high schools. Skip the line and get your tickets instantly on the GoFan app. And by the NFHS Network. Watch your favorite teams live and on demand with the largest broadcast network for high school sports.
I'm not too crazy about national rankings. Obviously, you're not on the field, like, when we do CIF playoffs and you're trying to win the division. State championships, you actually have a state championship game. There's really no national playoffs or national championship game in high school. So obviously a lot of it's being voted on and stuff like that. So I don't really get caught up. What I get caught up in is what are we doing on the field. If we're doing the things that we're supposed to, and if we're winning on the field, that's awesome. And I think that's what that's the only thing we're able to control is winning on the field.
Well, it's great we've had an opportunity to talk with both coaches and get their thoughts on their programs, or in Coach Lara's case, rankings and what they're trying to build at Mater Dei. It's remarkable, given how long he's been coaching. It's only his second year at Mater Dei.
Yeah, he's a great coach, and we were talking about him, and it's just so important to establish a great culture. You get to look at the top 10 rankings as Mater Dei went from 1 to 8 after that 43-30.
We have an inadvertent whistle on the play.
Daniel,
the offended team chooses to replay the down. Second down.
Didn't want to. Oh, I guess I was talking over the ref once again. Mission Viejo was at 6. They lost in Tennessee tonight against Macaulay High School. And we'll be doing their game against Baylor October 3rd, so that'll be a fun one in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
So we had an inadvertent whistle, and so we're rerunning the play.
That works out perfect for Mater Dei because Hopkins tried to escape and maybe got back to line of scrimmage, if that.
And the coaching staff for Bishop Gorman would like an explanation. They found out in real time, like you and I did, Zach, as to what was going on. The referees had talked to the Mater Dei staff, but they had not talked to Bishop Gorman yet. So now they're going to have that conversation over here on the near side.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Browner, you want to get invited to the party as well. It's not just a party of one, especially in Vegas.
That's right. Got some great shots. The view from the press box, you can see the Las Vegas Strip from here. You can see the airplanes flying in to Harry Reid International Airport. And we've got a great football game on a beautiful night here in Las Vegas. Not too warm. It's actually going to be the coolest it's been this evening, probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. 87 degrees during the day. I mean, we got down to 69 tonight.
We got the great shot, too, because you can see the strip behind the stadium where we're at. A great stadium, Fertitta filled. The Fertitta brothers did a great job here doing what they've done with this field and the facilities. Shout out to them as well. I'm a big UFC fan, So we're going to rerun second down again, 2nd and 8. Hopkins looking to throw, looking left, looking right, going through his progressions. Finds a man on the far side. That's Bowman, who's going to get his first catch of the game and a first down for the Monarchs down near the 25-yard line. He is such a baller. I mean, it's rare to see him go down on the first tackle. And he's 6'5", 230 pounds. He had a great freshman year, sophomore year reclassed, and now as a senior. Nice big play for the Monarchs.
on first down from the 20, and now we've got a penalty marker flying in. And it looks like we're going to have got too many men on the field here against somebody. Start doing the math, Zach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Full start on the offense. 5-yard
Full
penalty.
start, never mind.
First down.
I saw one indication where they looked like they were going to say too many men on the field, and
I'm just glad, partner, I didn't have to do any math. It is a little bit of math. Loss of 5, so now we got 1st and 15.
First penalty against Mater Dei.
I was kind of interested to see who Hayden Sept, the 5-star junior corner, would line up on. Right now, he's going up against Caden Dixon-Wyatt. You got Caden Dixon-Wyatt and Gavin Honore near Mater Dei sideline. Chris Henry all by himself. Actually, you got Sept right now on Gavin Honore, the 2027 Georgia commit.
A lot of man-to-man coverage you have to play on somebody, given this wide receiving core is so good. Here's a handoff. Lewis is going to dive inside the 30-yard line, get 2 yards of that 5-yard penalty back, take it down to the 28. Nice job flying in there and making the tackle, Tayon Lawrence.
He's a stud. I mean, he just got an offer from Ohio State yesterday. He's only a sophomore, 6'4", 250 pounds. He's going to be that next big-time defensive lineman to come from the Gaels.
The officials are only going to give Lewis 1 on the play, saying the knee down at the 29-yard line. So 2nd down and 14 for Mater Dei, looking for their first points. You know, given how good this receiving core is, the methodology for defenses so far through the season, early part of the season against Mater Dei, is pressure Hopkins.
Yeah.
So he can't take time to find those guys.
And that was the biggest difference last week for Corona Centennial. They were able to wreak havoc and force some turnovers.
There's another blitz coming, picked up. Hopkins got a man open, and an easy pitch and catch. Touchdown, Mater Dei.
And it's funny, you know, we were talking with Coach Laura about Mark Bowman and, you know, the productivity, and he shows it here on this drive with 2 big catches. And, you know, offensive line did a great job and a nice job by the running back to get the block. Mark Bowman wide open, touchdown for the 5-star USC commit.
A 29-yard touchdown pass, and that is the first touchdown reception of the year for Bowman.
And that was Malachi Roby, former Corona Centennial at running back, getting that big block to allow Hopkins enough time to find Mark Bowman.
And you can see why people have tried to blitz against Mater Dei, as they're going for 2 here and keeping the football and getting into the end zone. Mater Dei will take an 8-7 lead. Nice job that time as Mason Mejias, who is the punter for the team, steps right into the wildcat position and gets the 2-point conversion. And when your punter is 6'2", 220 pounds, that's a tough load to bring down, and he gets in easily.
Yeah, and you'll see Mater Dei go for 2 a lot. You'll see it with Mejias and along with Sean Scott. But getting back to that, what a great job by Malachi Roby, the running back, picking up that block, allowing Hopkins plenty of time. And they just lost track of Mark Bowman. You know, Mark Bowman last year was the only sophomore to make the MaxPreps All-America team. So that just shows you the talent that he has. And all he's done is win at Mater Dei. Last year helped them go wire to wire as the #1 team in the country. And the year before that, as a freshman, they won a state title as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I covered Mater Dei a couple of years ago in Southern California, and I was looking at them on the field, and they just had great players at every position.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, see that kid right there? That tight end, that young guy? He's going to be a great player for us. I'm like, how much does he play? He's like, he never sees the field. He's the top player in his class. He never sees the field. He's got to wait for his turn, and here he is making the most of it.
Yeah, you see that at Mater Dei, man. A very talented bunch.
Here's a pooch kick on the return, and Bishop Gorman from inside their 20-yard line. Heading to the near side, trying to get around the edge, breaking a tackle, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line are the Gaels. Nice job on that return by Bishop Gorman. They'll take over with good field position. That time it was Giancomo Ferentz who has the return of 22 yards.
So, you know, Stone earlier had the popcorn and sauce. That's what we got. Next week, IMG Academy, Central Phoenix City. We're going to be in Alabama next week, partner. That's going to be a fun one. Bishop Gorman plays another Trinity League team next week on Saturday. They play at Santa Margarita. Colquitt County Lowndes, one of the best rivalries in Georgia. Lee County, Thomas County Central is going to be another big-time game in the Peach State. In Thompson with Trent Seaborn, the stud junior quarterback going up against Clay Chalkville, a team that beat them last year in overtime.
Yeah, too bad we can't be in Thompson at that Thompson game and the Central Phoenix game at the same time, as Eugenio is going to throw on first down, and that pass will be incomplete on the out route to the far side of the field, setting up 2nd down and 10. Well, one thing Mater Dei's defense has been able to do here in the first half against Eugenio is make a miss on some of these passes, which he has not been doing much this year, completing 4 out of every 5 passes he's attempted coming into this game.
Yeah, defense doing a good job, kind of putting a little pressure on him, not allowing him to throw it when he wants to, kind of throwing it a little too early. And, you know, you look at this Mater Dei front with Tomu Tapoi, Sean Scott will come off the edge as well. Very good group.
Eugenio is going to put 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. He's going to step away, look to run. Pass into the flat. We got a ball on the ground, a penalty marker as well. And Mater Dei says they have the football.
I was wondering if they're going to rule that incomplete, but they're ruling it a fumble. See what the flag is?
The flag came on the near side, the play to the far side.
It's usually like a defensive holding when it's this far back in the secondary.
They're going to say incomplete pass, yeah.
Looks like the right call.
I think so, too. He barely had the ball long enough to make a football move after that, so. And now we're sorting out the penalty marker.
Holding on the defense.
Defensive holding.
10-yard penalty results in a first down.
So for Mater Dei, that's their 2nd penalty of the game and a free first down for the Gaels.
And, you know, there's a couple of first things that are trying to happen here tonight. Bishop Gorman has never beat Mater Dei. They're 4-0, or they're 0-4 against Mater Dei in previous matchups. Now, during the MaxPreps era, Mater Dei, too, has gone 22-0 against out-of-state competition, and a lot of their out-of-state games have been against national programs like Bishop Gorman.
Strong side right formation for Eugenio at the 47-yard line. He's going to give it to his running back right up the middle. That's going to be close to another first down, as Terrence Grant, making the most of his playing time after being out, is going to gain 9 yards and make it 2nd and 1.
Mark Bowman playing both ways tonight. He was in on the tackle. I mean, he's got the perfect build to kind of be a edge rusher, outside linebacker.
Yeah, really a dilemma for him in college. You're a great tight end, but you're not bad coming off the end as a J.J. Watt clone.
Jeez, yeah, right.
Playbook wide open for Gorman on this one. They're going to throw to the outside. Nice catch and a first down for Kyle Watson. Boy, Watson just snatched that ball out of the air. He was still backpedaling and the ball was in front of him, and he managed to grab it and move the sticks for the Gaels.
And Hawaii fans are hoping this connection is going to work at the next level. Kyle Watson, a 3-star. He's actually has an offer from Hawaii, not committed yet, but Micah Eugenio is a 3-star Hawaii commit. But yeah, great catch. I mean, shows his hands there. Had 216 yards receiving and 1 touchdown coming into this one.
Coach Browner all focused on the sideline as his teams move the ball to the 31-yard line. Eugenio going to set up with a back to his left this time. Tight end left. Mater Dei showing blitz. Here they come, and they're going to get a tackle in the backfield. Nice job blowing the play up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm going to take a guess that was Tomu Tapoi making a big play in the middle.
And Montana Toilolo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toilolo and Tapoi got in there and slowed things down quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a great group on the D-line. Toilolo, 6'3", 265 pounds. Tapoi, 6'3", 325 pounds. He committed to USC back in April. And he was one of the bigger commits that they've landed. USC has a great class of 2026, but I'll put that guy up against anyone that's committed to the Trojans.
On 2nd and 12, Eugenio's going to throw near side. That pass is caught by Noah Cole. Cole is going to get the ball knocked out, but it's going to roll out of bounds right around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by the 4-star junior, Aaron Washington.
On the spin move. Didn't even see him coming. Gorman fortunate to hang on to the football there after the hit by Washington. He'll move it back to the 28 if the officials say. So setting up 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, that fumble backwards kind of hurt the Gaels a little bit, losing a few yards. Would have been about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and now you got a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7.
Travis Stewart and Ferentz to the far side of the field. One to the near side is Watson. Eugenio looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's going to toss it. Trying to do his imitation of Josh Allen against the Dolphins the other day. That pass going to go incomplete, intended for Ferentz.
And probably see the Gaels go for it here. 4th and 7. You're at the Mater Dei 28, kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, this would be a 45-yard field goal attempt from the right hash, but let's see. They're swapping the kicker in here. Hudson Bersari, the 5'10 senior, is setting up for a 45-yarder out of the hold of Watson.
And he's got the talent to do it. He's a 3-star committed to Hawaii. One of the best kickers in the class of 2026.
Good snap, blocked. Washington picks it up. He's heading down the sideline, breaking a tackle, and he's got one guy to beat, and that's Watson, and he's got a cavalcade of blockers. He's going to be brought down from behind inside the 5.
And that was the kicker, Borsari, chasing him down to make the tackle. But great job by Mater Dei getting the blocked field goal. Aaron Washington nearly takes it all the way back for 6, setting up 1st and goal for Mater Dei.
Who got a hand on that? Was that Danny Lang?
I believe it was Javier.
No, it was Lang, number 20. And then he got a block down the field.
Yeah, nice return by Aaron Washington. Heads up play to scoop it up. We got a
and then on top of that, Washington with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So instead of having the ball inside the 5-yard line, you've got it back at the 20. You're in the red zone.
Yeah, tough penalty to get if you're the junior Aaron Washington, especially after that great return.
That's the one thing that both coaches reminded us during the week and before the game. You know, you forget that these are 14 to 17-year-old, 18-year-old kids who make a big play, get fired up, and then end up with a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Officials are going to spot this one at the 19-yard line. Still, I think if you told Mater Dei before that last field goal attempt, hey, at the end of this play, you have the ball at your opponent's 19, they would take it.
And that's tough, too. When you got those long field goal attempts, you got to kick it a little lower. And nice job by Mater Dei to get their hands on it.
Hopkins on 1st down, going to hand it off. Not a lot there over the left-hand side for Lewis. He might get a yard to the 18.
Yeah, important drive for the Gaels defense. If you can force them to 3 here, that'd be huge for Bishop Gorman.
Nice tackle on that last play by Lawrence. Gorman crowd trying to fire up their defense here after that blocked field goal. We're coming down to the 7-minute mark of the 1st half. Hopkins has Lewis to his left. Bowman lining up a tight end on the right-hand side. Got a double tight end set to the right. Hopkins looking to throw on a slant route. He's looking for Dixon Wyatt, and nice defense in there. Dixon Wyatt unable to get a handle on the football.
Yeah, nice job by Camille Loud, the junior corner. One-on-one coverage against Caden Dixon Wyatt is no easy task. A tough attempt for Dixon Wyatt. Got his hands on it. Couldn't come up with the touchdown.
3rd and 9.
And this is where Ryan Hopkins' speed can make a difference, because he's able to get outside the pocket if there's pressure up the middle.
Gaels showing blitz up the middle, then from the outside, trying to disguise their coverage here. They're giving a little bit of a cushion to the Mater Dei receivers on the far side of the field and the near side. Hopkins has time on the play clock. Here comes the pressure from his left. He throws right, and that pass is broken up. That is just great defense.
That's the 5-star Hayden Stepp, the junior, one-on-one coverage with Chris Henry Jr. That's a catch Chris Henry will probably tell you he should make, but nice job by Sept to get in and make sure that the 5-star can't come down with it.
Well, we were asking if he would step up, and he certainly has, at least on that play. That's a big-time stop right there for Bishop Gorman, and now the field goal unit is on for Mater Dei, trying to make this an 11-7 game. Schiffman to kick. This will be a 35-yarder from the left hash. That's got the leg on it, and it's good. Well, Mater Dei converts, but it's a little bit of a win for both teams. The Monarchs get points, but Bishop Gorman had the ball. Mater Dei had the ball at the 20-yard line and couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, that 15-yard penalty on Aaron Washington really hurt. They would have had 1st and goal at the 5. Instead, now you got all the way back at the 20. It's still nice for Mater Dei to walk away with points, but you got to feel Bishop Gorman kind of took momentum back with a nice job to force the field goal attempt.
Yeah, I would say for Gorman, given the situation they were in, Zach, that was a win. Win for the Gaels and their defense.
And that's always another X factor, especially at the high school level, is special teams. And right now, Mater Dei's got the edge with the field goal block and then able to knock home the field goal. Impressive for a sophomore, too. And he's going to end up being one of the best from the class of 2028.
Yeah, also that Hopkins punt.
Yeah.
Forced Bishop Gorman to start at their own 11-yard line.
And this has kind of been an issue for Mater Dei this year, too, is kickoff coverage. So see what they do here and try and kick it away from Mingo, number 6.
Nathan Enriquez, another sophomore who's got a good leg for Mater Dei, is now coming on to kick this one off for the Monarchs. Schiffman had the first kickoff attempt, and the Gaels got a pretty good return out of it. So now it's going to be Enriquez with an opportunity. Two back to receive for Bishop Gorman to our left, standing around the 10-yard line. Enriquez is going to kick it short. That's a live football. It's going to bounce over the head of Ferentz at the 20-yard line. He picks it up, and he's not going to get much further than that. We'll be shy of the 25-yard line. Nice hustle on special teams, making the tackle, Peyton Lehner, the senior.
Yeah, big drive coming up for Bishop Gorman. See if they can help out their defense after their defense bailed them out with that field goal attempt they held Mater Dei to when they had it deep in their own deeper in their own territory.
Each team with 4 first downs in the game in the first half, 6:31 remaining. Gorman's got 2 timeouts they can use. Mater Dei's got all of theirs. Grant is in the game at running back. Eugenio, 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. Looking to throw left, and that pass is broken up nicely. Wow, that is just textbook DB play by Michael Ramos.
Yeah, great job reading the quarterback. I mean, it looked like for a sec he was going to have a chance at a pick 6. And he's only a sophomore, 6'2", 180 pounds. So it's a very young defense. So a lot of these guys that are making plays for Coach Lara are going to be making plays for him for the next 2 or 3 years.
Nice target again for Damari Hall. He's getting a lot of looks from Eugenio here in the first half. On 2nd and 10, pass near side. That pass is going to be caught. Across the 30 goes Watson to the 31-yard line. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down, setting up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, nice pickup for Bishop Gorman, turning it into a 3rd and manageable. I was kind of looking down on the field to see if I could find Zyron Minor, but haven't noticed him. He's usually on kickoff as well, and he wasn't out there. But he's a dude that's having a big sophomore year for Bishop Gorman.
Three receivers stacked to the near side. Quick hitter out here. That pass is caught by Messiah Mingo. Mingo's got a first down and more. He's across midfield into Mater Dei territory. A nice game for Bishop Gorman on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, great job by Mingo. He was at Sierra Canyon last year, came back to Nevada, and he's been a big playmaker for him this year. He's got 16 grabs for 253 yards and a touchdown going into this one.
Oh, you got to turn Chris down. He was way too loud.
Big first down for Bishop Gorman, though. They needed some momentum. Mater Dei's defense was playing really well, so still got about 5 minutes left here, second quarter.
Nice job by Eugenio converting on that third and short. Now he's going to step up into the pocket and take off with it. Going to slide down with a first down inside the 40. Actually, they're going to spot him at the 40, so give him 9 on the play, 2nd and 1.
And he's sneaky quick. You know, he did an interview with our guys this week, and he said, you know, my worst attribute is my running ability. That's totally false. I mean, he's got over 150 yards rushing this year. Last year, he had 4 rushing touchdowns. He can get outside of the pocket, and he can make moves with his legs.
That's like Shaq telling you that his worst attribute is he's too tall for short doorways.
Yeah. And we all know what his worst attribute was.
Free throw shooting, yes. Well, this is not the equivalent of Shaq's free throw shooting, the running game here for Eugenio. He's going to hand it off, let his running back do the work here and pick up the first down. That's Grant inside the 35-yard line.
And Grant, he's been licking his chops to get back out there. He had 6 carries through the Gaels' first 4 games, battling some nagging injuries. He's finally feeling healthy. He had a nice sophomore year, and he's got a chance to be that next big-time running back to come from Bishop Gorman. He's already got 27 offers: Notre Dame, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State, some of the notable offers so far for the 3-star.
Danton Kiko into the game now at running back. Noah Cole's done a nice job holding down that spot while Grant was recovering. Eugenio going to throw across the middle, and it's deflected away. Boy, that ball hung up in the air a long time. C.J. Lavender finally gets a paw on it and knocks it down. 2nd down and 10.
And he's been a ball hawk so far this year with 2 interceptions. And nice job there. And
that ball a little bit behind kind of Watson.
Yeah, if he led him there, he would have had a chance.
That'll stop the clock with 3:45 remaining. The ball at the Mater Dei 34-yard line. This drive started for Bishop Gorman at their own 23.
Yeah, you get a look at Zion Minor. He's bent over on the side. Looks like he's battling an injury. Not sure if he's going to come back into this one. Looks like he doesn't even have his helmet. And he was leading the team in receiving yards so far through 4 games.
That's always
a big miss.
Yeah, it's always tough when you have to sit out in the middle of a big game. Pressure coming. Pass is caught at the 30. Climbing the ladder and getting more and more notoriety as this game goes along is Damari Hall. What a great catch. Full extension for the 6'3 senior.
And when you got guys like Minor battling injuries, you're getting a guy like Damari Hall showing off what he can do. I mean, he's got great size. 6'3", 200 pounds. I mean, he's got a few D1 offers for a reason. Arizona and Washington State, the 2 notable ones so far.
Well, he's been making plays here in the first half. I mean, next man up with Minor out of the game. And Eugenio's been fighting him quite a bit. Of course, he's hard to miss at that height. Trips to the near side in a receiver bunch formation. 3rd down. Eugenio looking to throw, and what a catch! Wow. Kinda Watson.
Well, I think that might be a top 10 play next week. What an outstanding catch and a bullet of a pass from Eugenio. Wow.
That brought the Bishop Gorman crowd to its feet.
And that's the type of play they needed. You can hear all the crowd getting crazy. Big time 3rd down conversion for the Gaels.
The ball at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Gorman. Keeping it, Eugenio, and he's going to be hit hard at the 5-yard line.
Down to the 4.
Officials will spot him at the 4, a gain of 6.
2nd and goal.
Nice pickup on 1st down.
Well, Eugenio on that read option took a shot right there.
Yeah, that was a sophomore, Ace Latule. He was a MaxPreps freshman All-American last season. Played a lot for the Monarchs last year. Made a huge impact on defense. Had an interception in their CIF state championship win over De La Salle.
2nd and goal for Gorman. They're going to send Travis Stewart, the receiver, to the far side. In the slot is Watson, who made that fantastic catch a moment ago. And now we got a whistle and a timeout being called by Mater Dei. So they're going to reset defensively with 1:41 to go in the first half. Jeff Kurtz alongside Zach Poff. on this MaxPreps Game of the Week. We've got a good one on our hands here. Mater Dei leading at 11-7. What have you noticed so far, Zach, through the first half of play here? We've had a little bit of a back-and-forth game, but Bishop Gorman, after a nice early drive, stalled offensively. They're starting to pick it up here in the late stages of the first half.
Yeah, this is what I kind of expected with these two teams. Is it feels like when one team kind of takes momentum, the other one punches back. We knew we were getting a heavyweight fight, which makes sense. We're in Las Vegas. Had a big fight last week with Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. So this is the fifth matchup between these two. Mater Dei 4-0 all-time. Last year they met in a number 1 versus number 2 matchup. Mater Dei won 31-15. Back in 2022 was the one year Bishop Gorman had their best chance to knock off the Monarchs. Mater Dei scored the last 17 points, won 24-21. In 2018, Bryce Young came to town and put on an absolute clinic, 42-0 shutout win against Gorman. That was the Gaels' first shutout loss since 2006. And back in 2017, JT Daniels, his senior year, had a big game. They won 35-21, snapping Bishop Gorman's 55-game winning streak. JT Daniels, the only player in MaxPreps era that has won the freshman, sophomore, junior, and National Player of the Year honors.
Eugenio out of the Mater Dei timeout, going to roll left on 2nd and goal. Here's a penalty marker in the secondary. Eugenio is going to be tackled at the 8-yard line, but hold everything.
Ezekiel Sua saying he didn't do anything, which usually means you did. But we'll see what the call is here. Usually when you get a penalty in the end zone like that, it's going to be, as our guy Aaron Williams sitting next to me said, most likely a face mask or a defensive holding call.
Joe Molinaro, as Coach Lara looks on, talking things over with the officiating crew. And we'll hear from him.
10-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Well, Zach, it was as we suspected, that holding call. Going to go against the Mater Dei secondary. Half the distance to the goal. Will put the ball at the 2-yard line. That is the 4th penalty of the first half. As you look at our officiating crew, John Raybon, the umpire, Eddie Garcia, head linesman, Eric Honigman, the line judge, back judge, Vince Postel, the field judge, Phil Hahn, and Tyson Sparrow is the side judge.
Who's the white hat remind you of again? Some old timer?
Jim Tunney.
What did he ref like in the 70s or what?
70s, 80s.
Oh,
he was like the official. If you got a program back in the day, I'm really dating myself here, Zach. A program in the back, they'd have all the official signals. Jim Tunney was the model for every single one of them.
Oh, wow.
He was the guy.
Impressive.
Officials are going to start the clock up again here. Power formation in the backfield on 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They're going to give it to the last back in the backfield, and it's going to be Grant who's going to get the carry, and he'll be stopped at the goal line.
Kind of interested. See if Mater Dei calls a timeout. You want to keep a little bit of time on the clock, get a chance.
They're going to do that here.
So Gorman just going jumbo package.
The second time out of the half.
He was down, right?
What's that, sir?
One of the back was down, right?
Harvey Milan who made that tackle. Did a nice job filling the hole.
I mean, I would expect the Gaels to run that same play 2 straight times. You got a 3rd and goal at the 1, mano a mano. You got a big offensive line averaging just around 300 pounds. That is one thing, though, with this offensive line. You got 2 sophomores, a freshman, 1 senior, and a junior. A good job by C.J. Lavender, kind of filling his gap, allowing his linebackers to make the tackle. Aaron Washington getting in there as well, the junior DB.
Looks like Jason Lawrence, that freshman who was coming around looking for someone to block. And
I mean, the dude is a freshman, but he's 6'6", 310 pounds.
I mean, the size of some of these kids at the freshman level. We were looking at the quarterback situation for Mater Dei. Obviously, we got Furin and Ferreira as a junior who's likely to start next year after Hopkins graduates. And then they had a freshman, Trevor Scott, at 6'4", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Could start for any high school in the country practically if he wasn't where he is, but he's getting some great tutelage right now with his Mater Dei quarterback coaching staff.
That's a great problem to have. They got 3 legit quarterbacks. Their backup, Furin and Ferreira, is a Minnesota commit.
Same formation for Gorman here on 3rd down. Eugenio's just going to keep it. A little tush-push action. No signal from our officials. There it is. Touchdown Gorman on the 1-yard TD run by the quarterback.
The good old tush-push. Nice job by the Gaels to get the touchdown. Micah Eugenio, rushing touchdown for the senior quarterback. And really, you got to give a little bit of credit to Ocean Tafa, the defensive lineman, getting in and giving Micah the big push.
That is a 77-yard touchdown drive. The first time Gorman has scored as they make the extra point to make it a 14-11 game. They scored on their opening possession, and here probably their last possession of the first half. They score again.
Yeah, and it's about a little over 4 minutes on that drive. They got the ball with just over 5 minutes, so nice drive by Bishop Gorman trying to score the last points here. But Mater Dei still got plenty of time. They got one timeout, minute 10 left, and when you got guys like Caden Dixon-Wyatt and Chris Henry Jr. and Gavin Honore, you can score quick.
It'll be interesting to see what Mater Dei elects to do here. They kicked off to begin the game, so they'll get the ball to begin the second half. So you don't have to get too crazy.
You can't turn it over here. That's the only thing. I mean, if you don't score, that's not the worst thing, but you can't turn it over and allow Bishop Gorman to get any more points here with a 3-point lead.
Boy, what a difference a week makes, huh? Last week against Centennial, Mater Dei was giving away the football like it was a free bake sale to raise money for Centennial. Right. They're just handing out candy left and right.
7 turnovers in a game is unheardable. It's crazy to think that they still almost came back and beat a team like Corona Centennial.
This one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback as Bersari is going to plant it there. And Mater Dei will be at their own 20-yard line. So with a minute 10 to go in the half. And folks, we hope when we go into halftime that we'll be able to toss down to Chris Stonebreaker. We'll have the quick interview with the coach who's in the lead. Right now it is Brent Browner who's going to get that honor as he's up 14-11, but we'll see what Mater Dei elects to do here.
Probably need to put away the popcorn and the sauce. Probably not as funny to the coaches as it is to us.
Well, we will probably need to get a popcorn update at some point in time, how far he's gotten into that bag before it gets stale.
And partner, a guy to watch on this drive is Gavin Honore, a 2027 Georgia commit. He's got a big playability at wide receiver.
Hopkins going to tuck it away and run. See if he can get some good yards on first down, and he should pick up a first down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 11.
Yeah, important for Mater Dei, too, to keep picking up first downs. Going to stop the clock momentarily as they reset the chains. Nice first down play.
Now, if you can get some good yardage here early, then maybe you try something.
Yeah.
Clock starts up again. We've got under a minute to go. Hopkins going to throw a quick out far side, and Dixon Wyatt's going to cut back into the field of play. That will keep the clock running as he takes it out to the 37.
And Dixon Wyatt, a little banged up on the tackle, had to limp off.
On second down, Hopkins looking left. Here comes the pressure. He fumbles the football. Picked up and headed to the end zone. Bishop Gorman's got a touchdown. Prince Williams. The one thing you said, Zach, could not happen, just happened.
That's a backbreaker right there. You just could not turn it over on that possession. And nice job. Prince Williams picks it up after Ocean Tafa got in and forced the fumble. Great job by Prince Williams to take it to the house.
Well, that is an unexpected touchdown for Gorman, but they will take it unless we have a penalty.
Defense.
Wow. Well,
10-yard penalty results in a first down.
Wow. Didn't even see that flag. Wow. A huge call. Now if you're Raul Laura, you got pretty good field position after that holding penalty.
Maybe you just feel like, is this like when you're at the table and they say, actually, those cards were not valid. We're going to pull the blackjack back. You just lost $100.
Wow.
Maybe you should just kind of take your hand into halftime.
Maybe they're going to double down and, hey, let's split them. Wow.
Well, that 10-yard penalty, yeah, that's a big turnaround.
And, I mean, you could hear a pin drop now. The crowd was electric, going nuts.
Clock, please. 24 seconds. Thank you.
They're going to put some time back on the clock here.
It's always funny, man, when you get the refs with the open mic, though, it feels like they get a little more talkative. Still, the best one was Geno Smith when the ref said, hey, I'm talking to America. Hold on.
Clock stopping on the penalty. Hopkins at his own 46-yard line. He's just going to run up the middle, get some running room, and he's going to slide for a first down at the Gaels 43-yard line.
Yeah, I was going to see if Mater Dei maybe would try and clock it and hold that timeout, but they burned their final timeout. Nice run by Hopkins, though. I mean, that play worked on first down. Start the drive.
Their final timeout of the half.
It's interesting where they're spotting this football. I thought he got inside the 45-yard line, and they put the ball back at the 45.
I mean, you can see the first down marker is at the 44, but the ball's sitting at the 45. Probably something they'll fix.
Yeah. Well, that was Mater Dei's final timeout. So what do you do here? You probably got 2, maybe 3 plays if you hit a couple of sideline passes, trying to get into field goal range, tie the game up at halftime, which is really going to put Chris Stonebreaker in a dilemma because who do you interview then?
What sideline do I go to? Here, you got a guy like Chris Henry who's 6'5", 210 pounds. If you somehow get one-on-one coverage with him, I'm throwing it deep. And also, to kind of be interesting to see who Hayden Stepp lines up with, maybe go on the opposite side of the field. So they do move it back to the 45.
All right, well, that is where Hopkins will be at the 45-yard line.
I was a little shocked, though. I thought maybe they would try and run to the line of scrimmage and clock it so they can keep that timeout. It's out of timeouts now, so anything that's inside the 35, if you get tackled, you got to hustle and spike it.
Yep. And then the question becomes, do you go for Schiffman, who's connected from 35?
That's tough because, I mean, we saw earlier Gorman got a field goal blocked on the long field goal attempt. See, I mean, that's tough. You just don't want to risk it. Maybe you're better off.
Short of the line again.
You got Mark
It'll be third down.
So it's going to be third down. Yeah, I didn't think that was enough for a first down, so they got to move the chains back. I mean, it looked like he had it. He didn't slide until he got inside the 45-yard line, did Hopkins. But
yeah,
now they're going to say it's third down, and you got to move the chains back to where they were before, so we've got to get everything reset here.
And Mater Dei kind of got lucky in the sense, though, because the clock stopped momentarily because they thought it was a first down, so that probably saved Mater Dei 3 or 4 seconds.
So the officials are going to reset the chains on the far side of the field. It's going to be third down and a yard.
And now if you're Mater Dei, obviously you probably had a play call going in thinking it's 1st and 10, so might change it up here.
Well, at least it's 3rd and 1 for them as opposed to 3rd and long.
And that could force the defense in a weird spot as well, because you can't play, I mean, you still could play prevent defense, but 3rd and 1, you can maybe get a one-on-one matchup. You got Chris Henry Jr. lined up one-on-one with Camille Loud, Caden Dixon Wyatt just to Chris Henry Jr.'s right. Mark Bowman joins him.
Hopkins on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's throwing a deep ball. Good arm down the field. Henry's got it. He's down to the 1. And now they got to hustle. They can't celebrate. They got to get lined up and spike the football.
And that was close. It looked like he might have been on the Bishop Gorman DB, but he's ruled down at the 1. You got to spike it real quick. The clock still stopped with 9 seconds left. What a catch.
Or you just take it in yourself. Hopkins is going to dive forward, and now we got a whistle. I wonder if we had a timeout or do we have a flag?
Well, if it's a false start, that's a 10-second runoff, and looks like it's offsides on Bishop Gorman, though.
That's going to stop the clock the other way. Boy, that was a great throw by Hopkins to Henry. And Henry, a fantastic catch in double coverage.
False start. Offense. 76. 5-yard penalty. Replay it down.
So the clock should start running right now. What a catch by Chris Henry Jr. And that was close, just short. So let's see if they get a playoff. Wow, Bishop Gorman calls a timeout with 2 seconds.
Well, I think the defense thought they were getting the runoff. The officials started the clock up, and now Gorman wants to make sure they're set with the right defensive play call here.
So I jumped the gun. There's no 10-second runoff at the high school level like college and the NFL.
You weren't the only one thinking that, though. The entire Gorman coaching staff was saying, hey, we're heading to the locker room.
At the high school level. Because if not, just get a false start penalty. What a throw by Hopkins, though. And, I mean, what a grab. Chris Henry Jr. has made some of the most insane catches this year. It's crazy to think that's not even his best catch this season. He had an 83-yard touchdown against St. Thomas Aquinas. One of the best catches I've ever seen. So we got 2 seconds.
Yeah, what do you do here if you're Mater Dei?
I think what do you do here if you're Chris Stonebreaker? Because they kick a field goal, it's tied. Who do you pick?
I think they got to go for the field goal.
I kick a field goal here.
Yeah.
If it was 1st and goal at the 1, I go
a shot. Yeah.
You're at the 6. I mean, it's crazy to think back to that Prince Williams fumble recovery score for the touchdown. That defensive holding penalty really got momentum back on Mater Dei's side, because that would have been a backbreaker if the Gaels go up 21-11 into half.
Coach Lara says, let's keep going for it, guys, and they do, and now they have the ball for what will be a 23-yard attempt for Schiffman from the left hash. He's already connected from 35.
23-yard attempt.
Good snap. Kick on the way. And that kick is good, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game.
Wow.
And a Sophie's choice for Chris Stonebreaker down on the sideline. He's going to see if he can grab Brent Browner first and talk to the Bishop Gorman head coach. But we've got a tie game going into the break. Just what you would expect when these two teams take the field. 14-14 our score, as Mater Dei goes from their own 20, the drive stalling at the 6-yard line. But considering that fumble recovery, but it looked like it was going to be a touchdown for Bishop Gorman, and Prince Williams at the inside the 20-yard line, it got called back from that defensive holding penalty, and Mater Dei ends up getting 3 more before the end of the half, all 14 of their points coming in the second quarter. That was the second field goal of the game for Schiffman, a 23-yarder that time. Well, Mater Dei heading to the left, Bishop Gorman heading to the right. Halftime here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll see if Chris can catch up with Brent Browner in just a few moments. We'll be back. The MaxPreps National Game of the Week in just a few moments.
The MaxPreps Game of the Week is brought to you by GoFan, the leading ticketing solution for high schools. Skip the line and get your tickets instantly on the GoFan app. And by the NFHS Network. Watch your favorite teams live and on demand with the largest broadcast network for high school sports.
Number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools to protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
We are tied at halftime here at Bishop Gorman High School, 14 apiece as Mater Dei tacks on a field goal before the end of the first half. Chris Stonebreaker has managed to corral Xavier Grimble, former Bishop Gorman football player and now alumnus, taking in this game. Chris, down to you.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. First of all, look at this guy. How are you, my guy? How are you? Okay, tell the people a little bit about our history.
Man, probably my first interview, first big interview, first YouTube content, media. You know, I think we went to play Reardon in California. You covered the game. And you started talking about me early, and that's why I took a liking to you. It's been so long, but it's good to see a familiar face. And the same place.
And look at this guy. If you guys don't know who this guy is, 2010, played for Bishop Gorman. He was the #1 tight end in the country. He also went to USC, went into the NFL, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a stud. Now, question, I'm going to ask you, what is it that makes Bishop Gorman so special?
Look around, man, and it's grown. I've seen it go from, when I first got to the school, we had no field. We had no home field. We practiced in the back. We borrowed a school down the street. So I've seen them build the school, build the stadium. I went 21-0 in this stadium, and it's just the same feeling when I come back. I bring my kids here, all the alumni are here, and it's just like a home. I'm already at home in Las Vegas, but when I come here, it's like a different home, and it's just special. And I feel like I'm a part of what we've built. We saw it in those days, too. Me and my uncles and my dad, we were looking at Gorman, and we were like, Gorman's going to be a top school in the country. He's going to play a national schedule. Everybody's going to know about it. And that's what we worked for. That's what we trained, and that's what we played for. So it's just beautiful to come back and see how much it's grown and see where it's taken to.
Friday nights, nothing like it, right? At the end of the day, nothing like it. Now, talk to me. You come back, you've played in the NFL, but now you're here. What do you remember most about playing under the lights on a Friday night?
Oh, man, your family, your friends, just everybody at school, the teachers, and just that sense of pride. And maybe you got a rivalry with that team down the street. It's just nothing like it. I hear NFL guys say it, and I've always said it too. College is a different game. Pro is a different game, different atmosphere. But there's nothing like Friday night lights, you and your boys, your family, crosstown rivals, the guys that are right over there, you know them, you don't like them a little bit, and just, playing that game and then immersing yourself in the same family environment, going to, the movies and hanging out with your friends. It's just an incredible time, a time that I'm trying to get my kids to grow up and relive through them because it's one of my favorite memories.
Well, you're here to hear from Xavier. It's a special moment for me. I've been doing this a long time. Look at this, 15 years later, 15 years. So we're going to send it right back to you guys up in the booth. I appreciate everything. Get your popcorn, Jet. Look at this. Look at my guy. See ya. Hey.
Xavier, he's going to have to get his own channel going. He's got some good content.
I feel like those two could do a podcast together.
I know, seriously. That could be the whole halftime. We'll be back with more here for Bishop Gorman right after this.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
Let's get to it. Your top 10 plays of the week as seen on the NFHS network. Watch Aiden Adams right here. He gets hit, stays on his feet somehow. Down the sideline he goes. He's not going to get him, and he's not going to get him. That's play 10 in the state of Illinois. Let's go Kenmore West. Harlem Branham, watch him right here with a little step, a little stiff arm, and then you'll see some speed in the state of New York. Guess what? We're staying in New York. Cooper Hazard, the QB right there. He's going to find Tommy Smaldino. Watch him right here. Catch it. Watch this. Whoop. Oh, man. Oh, what a play right there by Tommy. Let's go. Hey, Bishop Gorman. We know them. You guys know them. Zyron Minor, watch him pick this up, and he's going to find some space to go using his speed. Yeah, he's not getting him. Get into that end zone. The Gaels right there. Number 2, Zyron Minor, Trinity High School in the state of Kentucky. Jamarian Berry. Watch the blockers, though. Look at that block right there and right there. Then Berry does the rest. Ooh, nice little move there at the end. All right, let's turn up the volume for this one.
Deep pass right side, single coverage. Goes up, goes down the back. What a play by Hope. He spins away from the defender and takes it to the house.
He took it to the house. Guess what? Same game. We're sticking with the same game. Joseph Hairston. Watch this. It looks like he's going down. Watch closely. Then he just flings it to Isaiah Lee. Lee's like, oh, okay, thank you. I got this. He takes it in for the score right there. What awareness. All right, going to Florida, Armwood High School. Otezric Evans. Where is he? There he is. He picks up the punt, looking for somewhere to go. Where am I going to head? I'll go this way. I'm looking for some block. You know what? I'm going to go back towards the middle. No, I'm going back down the side. You know what? I'm just going to the end zone. I'm house calling this one. That's what he does for Armwood High School. Jaden Walk Green. He may have the biggest game of his career. He did it literally all for Centennial, knocking off Mater Dei. This one may have been the biggest play. The interception to seal it was a catch. Was it an interception? It was an interception. Turn up the volume. Play number 1.
Place out on the field. It's Huey play action. Here comes some pressure. He dances away from it, throws into the end zone. A beautiful pass. Is that caught? Wow. Touchdown. What a grab by Cam James. Cam James with a fantastic catch.
Fantastic catch. Fantastic finish. Play number 1 right there.
And let's move from the great top 10 highlights to the top 10 25 national rankings, which once again has happened every week. We're going to see a lot of movement here, Zach.
My job's going to be tough this week because number 6 lost, Mission Viejo. Number 10, Duncanville lost. Corner Canyon was down 28-21 last time I saw against Lone Peak. But yeah, I mean, this is what makes high school football great. You just don't know what's going to happen every Friday night. Number 22, North Crowley, they lost to Rockwall last night in a great game, 37-35. So it's been a great week of high school football. And the nice thing is, Jeff, we still got a few more months left.
Well, and with the outcome of this game very much in doubt, Mater Dei could move up, Gorman could move down. Yeah. It really depends, folks. We got a great second half coming your way, folks, in a tie ball game here, 14-14. How does it affect the national rankings? We'll find out over the next 24 minutes.
The MaxPreps Game of the Week is brought to you by GoFan, the leading ticketing solution for high schools. Skip the line and get your tickets instantly on the GoFan app. And by the NFHS Network. Watch your favorite teams live and on demand with the largest broadcast network for high school sports. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and there were quite a few as getting right on the board was Bishop Gorman setting themselves up nicely with his pass down the sideline.
Yeah, that was a huge 3rd and 7 conversion, and Eugenio, nice job rolling out, and touchdown for Damari Hall. My guy Greg Biggins hit me up and said, hey, that's not the one from Narbonne. Damari Hall was from West Salem, but hey, both of them are ballers.
Hall has been targeted quite a bit, and there's Mark Bowman, who had a couple of catches on this particular possession for Mater Dei, including his first touchdown catch of the year on the feed from Hopkins.
And BJ's still in my stuff, because I said Mark Bowman is the next Brock Bowers, and he tried to say that he reminds him of Brock Bowers, and they get the 2-point conversion there.
8-7 our score, and then a blocked field goal attempt by Bishop Gorman, and a great run down the field by Washington after picking up that loose ball. He took it down inside the 5, but then got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That moved him back to the 19. They weren't able to move much, was Mater Dei, but they connected on that 35-yard field goal from Jerry Schiffman.
And that's what I was talking about, where both teams are kind of landed punch after the other one throws a big blow. And that was a nice job by the Gaels defense to hold them to 3. And Eugenio, a great throw here, kind of Watson, sets them up 1st and goal, and they end up getting the touchdown runs.
Yeah, Eugenio borrowing from the Philadelphia Eagles gets a little assist into the end zone to give his team a 14-11 lead. But then Mater Dei on a great pass to Henry after they had fumbled the football, and Prince Williams looked like he'd taken it in for a score. It was called back from a defensive holding penalty. Mater Dei able to tack on that 23-yard field goal from Schiffman right before the end of the half.
And if you go back to that Chris Henry play too, that looked like that could have been a touchdown as well.
Yeah, they marked him down at the 1-yard line after a penalty. Mater Dei the field goal. Tied at 14. Back with more after this.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Chris Stonebreaker is caught up with head coach Brent Browner of Bishop Gorman. Chris?
Hey, Coach, at the end of the half, you had a conversation with the refs. What were you talking about?
Pivotal play right there. It's a touchdown. We got called back, so I just want to make sure and know what was going on so I can communicate to my guys what's up. But at the end of the day, where else would you rather be? Great game. We just got to finish this thing off. These are the great players. We're excited to be here, man. It's going to be a good one.
What did you like most about your team in the first half?
They fight, man. We're going to keep fighting, baby. Where else would you rather be right now?
Nowhere. Hey, we got a coach right there.
Well, I love the enthusiasm. I mean, I'm ready to play, and I never played football in high school.
I don't want you getting hurt, Jeff. I need you here for the second half.
Look, I definitely am in the right spot, being in the press box. Bishop Gorman set to kick off here in the second half of play, going right to left across your screen, Mater Dei left to right.
And that interview with Brent Browner, I mean, that just shows you how great high school football is. He loves to fight from his team. We got a great game. It's 14-14. What else would you want to be doing in Las Vegas right now?
Bersari is going to put this one in the end zone for another touchback, and Mater Dei is going to start with the ball at their own 20-yard line, which they had done twice already in this game. They had a punt, touchdown, field goal, and field goal on their 4 possessions, as this one coming right into our kitchen.
Wow.
I don't know who our cameraman is over there, but I hope he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah, hey, good job, Mike.
Nice job, Mike. Mike could have called for a fair catch there, I think.
I think he did, and he muffed it.
Oh, well, there you go. But he was also running camera at the same time.
That's true.
Not everyone else has to do both jobs at once. You don't give a camera to the punter or the punt returner. Here is Hopkins on first down, handing it off, and a nice run up the middle across the 25-yard line out to the 27. It was Malachi Roby.
Yeah, former Corona Centennial standout. He came into this one with 58 yards and only 8 carries, 1 touchdown. Had over 500 yards and 6 TDs from Matt Logan last year as a junior.
Well, he gets 6 yards on that first carry, and here's a quick toss to Henry across the 30, where he'll pick up the first down out to the 32-yard line. Mater Dei with 5 first downs in the first half to Bishop Gorman 6. 4 penalties for the Gaels for 25 yards in the first half. Mater Dei also with 4 penalties, 32 yards.
And they have sure fixed up the issues with the offensive line. Last week against Corona Centennial, Huskies getting a lot of pressure on Hopkins. They've done a good job keeping his jersey clean so far here through 2+ quarters.
Officials spot that out to the 32-yard line. Hopkins going to tuck it away and run it himself, trying to bounce to the outside. Might have done better just cutting up the middle initially, but he is going to plow forward to the 38-yard line for a nice gain of 6, setting up 2nd and 4.
The Mater Dei's offense has done a great job of keeping second and manageable, third and manageable situations. You don't want to get put in those second and plus 10 yards to go, third and about 8. They've done a good job of kind of controlling the down and distance. And, Coach Laura was talking about control the line of scrimmage. They've done a good job here tonight.
Nice read by Hopkins as well on that read option. There was a Gale flying down the line to tackle Roby, and Hopkins kept it himself and picked up 6. Coach Raul Lara said we had a great week of practice. We were eager to get back on the field after last week with all the mistakes we made, as his team will take it to the 45-yard line. And he said something to us in the pregame. He said, look, it was my first loss as a coach here. We'd won 21 in a row as a program. But you learn more about who you are as a person and as a team when you lose than when you keep winning over and over. And that we lost earlier in the year may be better for us. We'll see how we respond tonight. Here's a pass outside, incomplete, after Mater Dei just picked up another first down on that last running play. So far, I've been pretty impressed with how Mater Dei has played.
Yeah, especially, Bishop Gorman went down the field and scored on their opening possession, so you put even more adversity on this bunch. But you knew coming in, Coach Laura was going to have this team ready to go. Mater Dei's got so much talent, but like you said, you kind of learn more about yourselves when you go through adversity. You got to come back from that loss. And there's a reason why the Monarchs haven't dropped 2 games in a row since 2013. That was back when I believe Ryan McMahon might have been the quarterback for the Monarchs.
2nd down and 10. Hopkins on play action, going to roll out right. Now he's going to look to run, makes a couple of guys miss, has a first down and more. There's that foot speed you were talking about, Zach, in the first half, and it's on display here in the second half as Hopkins takes it inside the 35-yard line.
You got to love that from Hopkins, too. He's got a little juice after that run and dancing around a little bit. I'd be dancing, too, if I had a nice first down run. And Hopkins, too, last year at J. Sarah Catholic, he had 483 yards rushing, threw for just over 1,100 yards. So he shows you his ability to run the football.
The ball at the 33-yard line. Going to throw far side. That pass is going to be caught by Bowman of 31, a gain of 2. Bowman a little frustrated with himself that he slipped. Was hoping to turn up field. 2nd and 8. Well, a little bit of a redemptive arc here for Brian Hopkins after the loss last week. You know, he had, I'm sure he would be the first to describe to you a rough game. He was hit a lot. That late interception that could have gone either way on that 50-50 ball was a tough pill to swallow, but Coach Lara said to us in the pregame, he said it never should have come down to that.
Yeah.
You can't leave it up to those 50-50 plays, as we've got a penalty marker flying in, and a false start seems to be the indication against the Monarchs.
And he saw in the top 10 plays of the week, number 2 was the interception against Caden Dixon-Wyatt. And, you know, it's interesting to think if that gets ruled a
false start.
They go down
76 offense. 5-yard penalty. We play 2nd down.
The 2nd down and 13 after the penalty. First penalty of the second half for Mater Dei. Yeah, that was an incredible performance by Centennial as well. I mean, they did everything you needed to do to win that football game. Roby's going to line up to Hopkins right in the backfield. Gaels fans trying to urge on their defense. Bowman in motion. Hopkins looking to throw. He's going to dance away from pressure. Throw a deep ball. Bowman's got an opening, and he's got a touchdown.
What a play by the 5-star tight end. And a great throw by Hopkins. Put that in a place only Mark Bowman could come down with it. And you talked about that earlier, Jeff. When is Mark Bowman going to get involved more on offense? 2 touchdowns here tonight.
Yeah, let's. How about on September 19th in the evening?
Yes.
That was the date on the calendar. Bowman's got 2 touchdowns in the game. An incredible catch, a great throw. Mater Dei in front. And Bowman just adding to totals that I think he would say, boy, I need to get more action. I needed to be better than this. 7 pass receptions for 77 yards coming in, no TDs. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight and at least 4 catches.
Yeah, and a great job by Hopkins, too, to get outside the pocket, reset his feet, and throw an absolute dart. I mean, that was good coverage on the play by Camille Loud, but just a better play by Mark Bowman.
A 36-yard touchdown pass from Hopkins to Bowman. The kick on the way is good, and Mater Dei's got themselves a 21-14 lead here early in the 3rd quarter.
And this game, I mean, it's really living up to the hype that we were saying before. And, you know, I brought up early before the game started that the loser of this game kind of puts himself in a tough spot. It's going to be hard for the loser to really find them a way to finish the year ranked at number 1.
Yeah, and these teams have some big games coming down the pike. Mater Dei's got a bye after this week before they start Trinity League play, which is never easy. And they start on the road in Trinity League play. They end on the road at St. John Bosco on Halloween. That game will be on the NFHS network. And then Bishop Gorman, they're at Santa Margarita next week, playing another Trinity League team, except this time on the road. And Santa Margarita's done a nice job bouncing back after a first loss in the first game of the year that they played against Mission Viejo 7-3, a game we covered here on the MaxPreps Game of the Week.
Yeah, and this is really the tough 2-week stretch for Bishop Gorman. You got Mater Dei, and then you got to come back the next week, play at Santa Margarita next Saturday. They did have a big win against Lone Peak, 35-14. The game got called in the 3rd quarter. And then last week, an impressive 35-10 win against East St. Louis. And just to show you how good Lone Peak is, they're up 35-21 on Corner Canyon.
Enriquez to kick things off after the Schiffman extra point. He's going to pooch this one into the air, and that's returnable from the 15-yard line for the Gaels. They're going to head near side and bounce into the outside across the 30, and finally getting wrestled out of bounds is Elijah Simmons. So good field position for Bishop Gorman, but a nice 80-yard drive for Mater Dei on their first possession of the second half.
And just a tough break for Bishop Gorman. You see not only Zion Menor on the sideline with no helmet, but he's also got Isaiah Nichols with him, who came into this one with 4 receiving touchdowns.
And Noah Cole got a little banged up in the first half, the backup running back for Bishop Gorman. So we'll see who's in the backfield with Eugenio. It's going to be Terrence Grant, who's done a nice job in this game, as Bishop Gorman will start at their 33-yard line. They had drives from their 46, their 11, their 37, their 23. They went touchdown, punt, block, field goal, and touchdown in their 4 possessions in the first half. Eugenio on first down, looking to throw. Going to roll out left, Going to throw a deep ball to the far side of the field. It's a little underthrown, and it's going to be caught. Look at that. And heading to the end zone, breaking tackles, and finally brought down at the 5-yard line. Messiah Mingo.
What a play. I mean, that looked like it was a little underthrown, and Mingo made a great play on the ball and broke a couple tackles, and Ace Lutule saved the touchdown.
Zach, that was like a game of 3 flies up. I thought for sure that was going to be picked off, but you had Mater Dei defenders fall down. Mingo kept his feet multiple times, and one play down the field puts the Gaels at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, CJ Lavender just couldn't get there in time. Mingo, good job. Nice throw by the future Hawaii commit.
Boy, that ball had a lot of air under it. First and goal from the 5. Eugenio puts a man in motion. He's going to roll out right. He's got a guy open, and stumbling into the end zone is Kina Watson for the score.
What a response for Bishop Gorman. They come back in, what, 2 plays?
Yep. 67 yards, touchdown pass. It culminated from 5 yards out.
Man, partner, we're spoiled. Getting to call a game like this, I mean, 2 national powers going blow for blow.
Here's the extra point try. Tying it up. Borsari nails it. 21 apiece. Bishop Gorman fans on their feet with 7:51 to play in the third quarter. We've had 2 possessions in the second half. We've had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you got to love it, man. I mean, Chris Stonebreaker brought the popcorn for a reason. This is one of the top get your popcorn ready games of the season.
He's going to need a second bag. Well, what a drive. That's a great, you mentioned it, that's a great response on the Gaels' part.
Yeah, they needed that because Mater Dei was starting to take momentum back, and boom, 2 plays, touchdown. Great play by Messiah Mingo. Mingo, a 3-star New Mexico committed to New Mexico in July. That's what it's nice to have a quarterback like Micah Eugenio, where he's always composed. Hey, it's 21-14, it's a big drive, but he's not treating it like it's a must-score opportunity. He just keeps his guys nice and calm.
Carl, I can't hear you. Borsari set to kick things off. He's already put pretty much every kick he's had into the end zone for a touchback, and this one will be no exception. We head down to the sideline for another piece from Chris Stonebreaker. Chris.
Hey guys, so if you've looked at the jerseys tonight, you'll see the all-orange jersey. But one really crazy thing about Bishop Gorman High School is they're basically considered the Oregon Ducks of high school football. They actually have 16 different jersey tops. In 2020, they did a video that actually showed all the different, it didn't show all of them, but because they have 2,000 different combinations that they can actually do here. So what you're seeing tonight is all orange, Florida Gator type of look, but in actuality, the history of wearing jerseys here, you could be Xavier Grimble, and you could have worn a different jersey then, and no one ever wore that same jersey again for the entire time until up to now. 2,000 combinations. It's crazy. Yeah, and as you heard earlier, Coach Browner was talking about how they want to make this the best experience in the history of high school football for the kids that go here, and the jerseys are just one part of that. Back to you guys.
Hopkins, a handoff, big run up the middle for Roby, who's going to take it out to the 45-yard line. Hopkins had a run for 6 yards, and now a first down for Mater Dei at the 45. Zach, that has got to be the high school football player's dream to walk into that kind of a walk-in closet.
Well, and I mean, Stonebreaker's the perfect guy to break down fashion. He's probably got as many outfits at his house as well.
Is that what we're going to do? Is that the next piece?
Yes.
Do you guys have a MaxPreps piece teed up?
How great is that? I mean, these kids get to wear something fresh every Friday night. And shout out to the Fertitta brothers. They did a great job kind of building this place and facilities, and it keeps getting better and better.
Handoff, Roby running right this time. Short yardage across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. Setting up 2nd down and 7 as we move to the midpoint of the third quarter. Well, Hopkins is doing a little bit more running here in the second half, and he's proving to be elusive. Got that 6-yard carry to begin this possession. Is Mater Dei, for the fourth time in this game, Zach, starting at their own 20-yard line, and every time they have started at their own 20, they put points on the board. 2 touchdowns and a field goal so far. Hopkins going to hand it off again. Roby is going to be tripped up at the 49. A gain of 1.
Nice job by the freshman, Fiat Tafa Langi. 6 foot, 220-pound freshman linebacker.
Got an arm in there and made the tackle on Roby's shoe tops. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's a big play in this game. You know, if Mater Dei can convert this 3rd down, they kind of get momentum back on their sides. If the Gaels can get a stop, the momentum will stay with them.
Gaels crowd on their feet. The atmosphere electric, as befits Las Vegas. Here comes a blitz. Hopkins throwing, intercepted.
I mean, you can just hear how loud it is in here. Jet Washington with the great interception. 5-star Oregon commit. Great job reading the quarterback throw. Maybe a little late from Hopkins. And Jet just steps in front, picks it off. Looks like he's going for Cohen Parnell.
Yep. Looking for Parnell across the middle. And Washington steps in front. First turnover of the game. I quickly looked for penalty markers because the last time the Gaels had a great play defensively like that, it was called back, but not this time. They will start out with the ball at their own 43.
And you knew Jet was going to try and have a big game tonight because pregame he was walking around a shirt of his uncle, the late, great Kobe Bryant. And last year he had 5 interceptions, a great ball hawk at the safety position, first INT of his senior campaign.
6'5", 200-pound strong safety makes the pick. Eugenio looking to capitalize. Going to throw back to the near side. Little bubble screen that was read pretty well by Mater Dei. DJ Clanton came up in defense there on that one as that pass was intended for Keiku, but Keiku couldn't find the football and it was thrown behind him anyway. Set up 2nd down and 10.
That had a chance to be a big play as Clanton kind of got a little confused and there was room for a big play, but just a little miscommunication on the throw.
He had the right idea on the read, but then took a tough angle to where the ball was going to be. But it falls harmlessly to the carpet here at Bishop Gorman, 2nd and 10. Eugenio is going to send 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, tight end left. He's going to hand it off this time. Nice blocking up front as Grant is going to carry it across the 45 out near the 47 for a gain of 4 yards, making it 3rd down and 6. Big 3rd down for this defense for Mater Dei.
Yeah, nice job by Ezekiel Sua, the junior linebacker, come up, fill his gap, and make a great tackle. So they're in the exact same situation Mater Dei was just in. Got a 3rd and 6 right around midfield.
Travis Stewart going to come in the game at receiver. He's going to replace Kalfa, who operates as a little bit of an H-back, fullback.
Been kind of interested to see if Bishop Gorman ever goes to this double pass. I've seen them do that a lot in the past. See if they kind of use that as a trick up their sleeve here in the second half.
Grant's in the backfield. Mater Dei is going to blitz. We got a penalty marker down.
This might be false start.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody cross the line of scrimmage for the Monarchs.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. He played 3rd down. Running back. You can't be leaning like this.
1 over.
Well, now you have a little bit of the inner workings of
the ref told you who the false start was on, so we didn't got to tell you.
You can't be leaning like this, he says to the running back, and the running back goes, hey, I wasn't leaning.
Yeah, and I mean, his job was to pick up Sua, who kind of came towards the line of scrimmage, didn't go across, and kind of got him to flinch.
That's the first penalty of the second half for Bishop Gorman. Each team now with a 5-yard false start penalty here in the second half.
Mark Bowman in again on defense.
He's going to line up on the right side of that defensive line.
He's going up against the sophomore, Isaiah Eugene.
And now he's going to do a stunt to the interior. Eugenio going to throw far side. That pass is caught. Nice tackle on the outside, however, by Mater Dei as that catch is made by Mingo right near midfield. And
Yeah, great job by Aaron Washington hitting him. It looked like he was going to get the first down. Aaron Washington, very physical corner. Takes him out of bounds. No penalty.
The officials are going to spot this at the Mater Dei 48, making it 4th down and a yard. Well, this is a big play in this game right here. I know we've still got plenty of time, 3:20 and counting in the 3rd quarter. But getting a first down here on a 4th and 1 would keep this drive alive. Mater Dei could get a stop right at midfield and have a short field to work with.
And this is where, if you're Bishop Gorman, don't run it at 52. Tomu Tupoi, he just eats up space in the middle of the field.
Keiku is the back in the backfield. Man in motion to the far side is Watson. And now you got movement on the defensive line.
That's Sean Scott, the USC commit. Nice job by Micah Eugenio to stick with it.
Ball. Encroachment. Defense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Called on Tupoi, but it looked like it was Sean Scott off the edge.
Eugenio, look how fired up he was after that. That's just a smart play. That's where, when you can get a first down without having to do much other than clap your hands a couple times and fake a couple more.
Yeah, because it's not easy to get a yard against this Mater Dei front.
Fresh set of downs for the Gaels. Rolling right. Eugenio going to throw back left. He's got a man open. Mingo again. Mingo makes a man miss and will dive forward near the 5-yard line.
Mingo is sure stepping up tonight with 2 of their top wide receivers going down with injuries in Menor and Isaiah Nichols.
He came in with 16 receptions for 253 yards and a touchdown. Another big reception here.
Nice little juke. 1st and goal for the Gaels.
The ball at the 5-yard line. That's what Mingo did the last time he caught a ball, was take it down to the 5.
Man, what a game.
Tied at 21, but the Gaels knocking on the door, looking to get the lead back.
Well, I wonder if they do win this game and beat Mater Dei for the first time, if they're going to maybe rock these orange jerseys more than once this year.
I don't know. Do you bring them back?
Maybe every Friday now.
Maybe you retire them. Here comes the blitz, and down goes Eugenio. Great pressure by Mater Dei. A great call by their defensive coaching staff as Sua gets a sack.
And Eugenio a little banged up, took a big shot from Sua. Just no one picked him up the A-gap. Bishop Gorman's backup quarterback is Asa Mina. 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, has already got 19 offers.
Well, Eugenio hobbles to the sideline. He may. Oh, he's going to come back out.
He's tough. He is a tough dude.
That ball is going to be a loss of 10 yards. First sack of the game for Mater Dei. They'll bring up 2nd and goal now from the 15-yard line.
That was Sua's first sack of the year.
Eugenio going to hand it off. And a nice run here. It's going to make up the sack plus as Grant going to do some of the heavy lifting. I got this, partner, he says to his quarterback, and takes it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, nice play. Nice play call. I mean, Eugenio a little banged up, so hey, we're going to give it to our junior running back. Nice north-south running from Terrence Grant.
The ball down to the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. A little bit of defensive substitution for Mater Dei. Grant in the backfield. Got a lot of guys in the backfield. Keiku in the backfield as well. They're doing that old school I formation where you got 3 backs in the I behind Eugenio. From the 3-yard line on 3rd and goal, he's going to give it to Grant running right. Grant, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Grant's going to be stopped. Might have gotten a yard down to the 2-yard line, which will set up a very interesting play call here on 4th and goal.
Yeah, offense coming off. You see Eugenio with the 4 fingers up. And interesting play call there. I mean, you have it 3rd and goal at the 3. You go the jumbo pack with the 3 in the backfield.
Well, they're saying 4 figures up because we're going to go to the fourth quarter. They're going to talk it over and just take that timeout between quarters. Bishop Gorman at the 2-yard line, 4th and goal. Mater Dei trying to get a stop. Gorman trying to get the lead back here on the MaxPreps Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere, folks. You will not want to miss this fourth quarter. Back in a moment.
The MaxPreps Game of the Week is brought to you by GoFan, the leading ticketing solution for high schools. Skip the line and get your tickets instantly on the GoFan app. And by the NFHS Network. Watch your favorite teams live and on demand with the largest broadcast network for high school sports.
Number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools to protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
Well, we have a great game going here at Bishop Gorman High School. We're going to have a good one next week as well, as Zach and I head to Alabama as IMG Academy takes on Central in Phoenix City, Alabama, just across the Georgia border. We will have that game for you 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific next week on MaxPreps, on our MaxPreps YouTube channel, and on the NFHS Network.
IMG improved to 4-0, beat Mandarin, who was undefeated. Wow, going for the field goal here, 155-7. And Bo Nick's dad, Patrick Nix, is the head coach at Central Phoenix City. Great program in the state of Alabama.
Orsari from 19 yards out to give his team the lead. And that is how we start the fourth quarter with Bishop Gorman. A drive that started at their own 43-yard line will stall at the 2, but they now lead at 24-21.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what they're going to do there. You got 4th and goal at the 2, and, you know, Coach Browner wants to take the lead, take the points. I get it. I thought they'd probably come out and go for it, but I understand. You got a great defense. You trust them. They're only allowing 6 points per game this season.
Yeah, and they were able to get an interception last time. Mater Dei had the football, and with Borsari continuously kicking the ball in the end zone for a touchback. You know, that's a weapon that at the high school level has really been developed over the last 20 years or so. If you've got a kicker who can put it back there and make a team go 80 yards every single time, that is an unsung and unheralded weapon that you've got available to you as a coaching staff, because now you got to make the other team march a long way every time they have the football.
Yeah. And, I mean, he showed his athleticism, too, chasing down Washington on the blocked field goal. And then there was a penalty after the play. So that could have been a touchdown if he didn't chase down Aaron Washington. Hudson Borsari, a 3-star Hawaii commit.
Yeah, he's made a lot of big plays in this game. And this one is a beautiful-looking kick that is going to go about 8 yards deep. And Mater Dei, for the 5th time tonight, and for the 3rd time every time they've touched the football in the second half, will start at their own 20. 11:56 to play, and what has been a tremendous football game, a battle we expected to be close between the number 2 and the number 8 team in the country. Two teams who have seen each other a lot over the last decade. Bishop Gorman has never won this matchup in 4 meetings.
Yeah, the closest was in 2022. It was the same score, but opposite. Mater Dei won 24-21 after erasing a 21-7 second half deficit.
So now Ryan Hopkins and company back to work offensively for the Monarchs. On first down, they're going to hand it off. This is Roby, who's going to get across the 20, out near the 23. They're going to give him 2 on the play to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and Roby's played majority of the snaps in the second half.
And done a nice job.
Yeah.
I mean, at 5'11" at 200 pounds, he's running pretty hard up the middle. And especially given how Gorman's been able to stop guys behind the line of scrimmage, and they were doing that a lot in the first quarter, especially in the running game. Roby is quick into the line.
Yeah, and Mater Dei's done a good job getting Bowman in good situations. He's lined up as the tight end.
On the left side of the line, Hopkins looking to throw. We got a penalty marker down. And we will hear from Joe Molinaro.
On the offense, number 19, 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
I thought you might have jinxed him here. He forgot to turn on his mic. But just these are penalties you can't have if you're Mater Dei. You had a 2nd and 8 situation. Now you turn that into 2nd and 13.
Yeah, Bowman got off the line a little bit too early.
And you could tell Hopkins was looking his way on the pass. He had kind of one-on-one coverage with Jet Washington.
Bowman's so excited to be getting the ball thrown his way a lot. He's like, boy, I'm ready. I'm eager.
Right.
2nd and 13 for Hopkins. Steps up in the pocket, throws underneath, finds Henry, who's going to be ankle tackled. He's going to get to the 21-yard line, make up 4 of the 5 penalty yards, setting up 3rd down and 9.
Nice job by the junior linebacker, Tamato and Aoteote. And Gorman's defense last year really hurt when Aoteote went down with an injury. Had a great freshman year and off to a tremendous start here as a junior.
Gorman fans coming alive. 3rd down and 9 for Mater Dei with 10:20 and counting here in the 4th. Hopkins shouting directions to the offensive line. Here comes the blitz, picked up, throw across the middle. Bowman, 1st down and more across the 40 to the 42. Great job by the offensive line and Roby picking up that blitz, and Hopkins connects.
Yeah, they tried to sneak Jet Washington in with a safety blitz. Mater Dei's defense picks it up, and Bowman finds open space. That's what makes Mark Bowman such a great tight end. He's so good at finding open space and just, he's got sure hands as well.
3-receiver bunch to the near side for Mater Dei at their own 42-yard line. Hopkins able to convert on that 3rd and 9. Roby's going to follow his blockers to the right, and we'll take it to the 44 for a gain of 2.
And I like the fact that Mater Dei, they're not getting a ton of big plays running the ball, but they're keeping the defense honest by still trying to establish a running game, and it's really opened up lanes for guys like Mark Bowman. So they got a double stack with Chris Henry Jr. and Gavin Honore. Honore been a little quiet tonight.
Yeah, we haven't called his name very much. Not much of Dixon Wyatt either since that 1st quarter. Handoff and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even losing a yard is Roby. He will lose a yard. 3rd and 9.
Great job by Purcell doing his job, stuffing the running game. That's his 5th tackle for loss this season.
Yeah, just ran right into him, did Roby. The 47 Gaels cheerleaders down on that sideline are exhorting the crowd, and the crowd is ready. Bishop Gorman fans on their feet for this big 3rd down again. This time they're going to drop back into coverage, and we got a penalty marker down. Gaels are signaling Mater Dei. We'll see what our officials have to say.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
In fact, that was the freshman, Damian Armenta, moving a little early. You usually don't see high school refs actually call the player number, but
people are getting called out tonight.
Yeah.
We better mind our P's and Q's up here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah,
I don't want a penalty called on us. 3rd and 14 now, back at the 38.
Yeah, this is exactly where you don't want to be if you're Mater Dei, but they do have big-time playmakers, Chris Henry Jr., Caden Dixon Wyatt, and Mark Bowman.
Hopkins looking to throw across the middle. Henry the catch. 1st down plus. He's going to keep his feet and dive forward near the 35-yard line. Another big-time 3rd down conversion for Ryan Hopkins.
What a throw. And Chris Henry Jr., one of the best wide receivers in the country for a reason. It's a perfect throw from Hopkins right in between the safety and the DB.
There were 4 orange jerseys around that football, and he found a seam, and Henry did a nice job setting up right inside that.
And that just shows you the ability of Chris Henry Jr. Not only is he a deep threat, but he can run those 10 to 15 yard routes as well.
The ball to the Bishop Gorman 36-yard line. Henry in motion to the near side. Roby the carry. Roby's going to disappear into a pile of shirts. Mostly orange, a few white. Might have lost a yard. And once again, those tackles for a loss for Bishop Gorman coming up big. They had 62 tackles for a loss coming into the game, 25 sacks. 1 out of every 5 plays they made defensively was behind the line of scrimmage. I mentioned that in the first half, but it's such a gaudy statistic. Zach, it's worth mentioning a second time.
Yeah, and you really prove it when you're doing it against a team like Mater Dei. The last one, nice job by the junior linebacker, Jordan Latu. He came into this one with 4 sacks and 4 tackles for loss, 30-plus tackles.
Atiote surveying the quarterback, Hopkins from his middle linebacker spot. Hopkins staring back at him. 2nd and 11. Hopkins, a deep ball down the middle, looking for Henry, who makes an adjustment and gets in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow. That's just a matter of, hey, we got 15, Chris Henry Jr., we're going to throw it up to him. Makes a great play on the ball. Jet Washington in coverage. Huge answer for Mater Dei. 2 big 3rd down conversions, and then you get the 2nd and 11. Offensive line doing a great job. Hopkins steps up in the pocket. Touchdown, Chris Henry.
And then just trusting your receiver to make the play. I mean, there's double coverage there, and you're like, I think Chris can do this. And you throw the ball to him, and he was right, was Hopkins. And now running a 2-point conversion, and it's going to be stuffed.
Kind of interesting call there. You're up by a field goal. You think you want to go up by 4? Thought they saw something there, but nice job by the Gaels defense to keep this a field goal game.
Yeah, let's look at that again. I agree with you, Zach. I mean, you would think going up by 4 would be the prudent thing to do, and you've got a good kicker. But now you're running this, and I don't know how much that benefits you if you go up by 5. I guess if Gorman gets a touchdown, then a field goal could win it for you, but that's a lot of extra chess you might be playing there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the situation. They like the matchup, saw certain numbers. But, man, what a job by that offensive line, because they had a 3rd and 8 conversion, a 3rd and 13 conversion, and then 2nd and 11 on the touchdown. Ryan Hopkins get plenty of time to make some nice throws.
Yeah, and 2 times against blitzes coming in,
yeah.
and another time just holding up against a 4-man rush and zone coverage. That's a nice job by Mater Dei, who has now scored 4 of the 5 times they've had the ball starting at their own 20-yard line. That's a lot of 80-yard drives where they're ending up with 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
And, hey, if you guys are watching us, which you should be, this is turning out to be, you know, arguably the best high school football game of the season so far.
And now we've got penalty markers down, though it looked like the officials were coming out on the field before Enriquez started his approach. 12 men on the field for Mater Dei. They had 12 on the field, so that'll move them back 5 yards. Coach Lara looks
dead ball,
incredibly pleased.
Substitution infraction on a kicking team. 5-yard penalty, free kick.
It's just death by 1,000 paper cuts right there. Coach Lara looks like.
Yes.
This is why coaches invest in Maalox.
And, I mean, Mater Dei has done a good job tonight limiting the penalties. As we've seen, not just this year, but in years past, penalties have kind of been the thing that has hurt Mater Dei, but tonight, I don't know if you got the official numbers, but I feel like penalties haven't been a huge issue for Mater Dei.
They've been able to overcome them, especially on that last possession. They've got 5 for 25 in the second half, 9 penalties overall. This is a live football, and the Gaels are going to wisely grab it and fall down immediately. That is a smart play in a situation where Anton Garup could try to do something with it, and he said, you know what, I know my lane. I'm just going to grab the ball and lie down.
That's tough because, I mean, you're not expecting that ball coming your way as they're trying to do a little squib kick and maybe try and jump on the loose ball, but, you know, that's been an issue for Mater Dei this year's kickoff coverage, so they're trying to pull fast in the air. And
who's ever using the air horn, please stop. It's interrupting play. Thank you.
All right.
Jeff, put away your air horn.
I know. Well, there's the flag.
But now
it's already loud enough up here. I don't need to even add an air horn to that.
Right? But now you got the Gaels, man. They're starting at their own 44. Great opportunity for Bishop Gorman.
After Mater Dei tries to catch the Bishop Gorman special teams unaware, Eugenio's going to roll out and throw it, and he's going to overthrow Hall to the near side.
And I'm surprised we didn't get a flag in the backfield. It looked like Sean Scott, who had a good rush off the edge, kind of got pulled down a little bit, but no flag was thrown. And really nowhere for Micah to get the ball to.
Yeah, that's a smart play by the quarterback. Just throw it out of bounds. It's one thing for high school quarterbacks that they sometimes, even at the collegiate and pro level, you've got guys who are trying to make a play, make something happen, and sometimes it's wiser just to throw the ball away and start fresh instead of force the action and then turn it over. 4-receiver set for Eugenio here with 5:58 to play on 2nd and 10 from his own 44-yard line. Back to his left. Going to do a little swap with Watson and Mingo to the near side, switching positions. Eugenio looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. He dodges a rusher, throws across the middle. He's got a man open. That pass is caught by Travis Stewart. Stewart's going to take it into Mater Dei territory inside the 35-yard line.
And, you know, guys have had to step up with Minor and Nichols both down. And you really haven't noticed those two guys not being on the field. Guys like Hall, Mingo having huge nights.
And now Travis Stewart with his first catch. A big one for a first down for Bishop Gorman. Their 4th first down of the second half. Their 10th overall in the game. The ball now at the Mater Dei 33-yard line. This kind of feels like a game where whoever has the ball last is going to win. Gorman trying to burn a little clock and get back on the board. They trail right now by 3. Handoff. Grant running left. Grant is going to get down to the 30 and will be stopped there. He'll pick up 3 yards.
And obviously, if you're Mater Dei here, you want to at least hold them to a field goal. I mean, I remember back in 2016, the year Bishop Gorman finished the year in #1, there was a crazy triple overtime game on this field against Florida Power St. Thomas Aquinas. Bubba Bolden had a huge block field goal in the second overtime. And then Biagio Ollie Walsh scored the game-winning 2-point conversion.
E.J. Clanton with a tackle on that last play for Mater Dei, amongst others. 2nd and 7 at the 30. Four-receiver set this time. Now man in motion. Play action, rolling Eugenio. He's going to throw across the middle of the field and almost intercepted. Oh my goodness. Danny Lang had his hands on it inside the 5, and the ball goes right through.
Wow. I mean, Eugenio throwing across his body a little late, and Danny Lang, easy opportunity for the interception. And you know what happens usually when you get a dropped interception like that? It usually doesn't bode well for the defense on the next play.
3rd down and 7. 2-down territory for the Gaels here if they don't get it on this play.
Especially with the 45-yard field goal earlier that got blocked pretty easily.
Yeah, if they didn't get another yard here, they'd be looking at a 47-yarder. You might as well go for it on 4th down. But first, the 3rd down play. Eugenio trying to convert. Play action, throwing, slant route, deflected. 4th down.
A great job by Ezekiel Sua just reading the quarterback, and looks like
they're going to Borsari.
Yeah,
he's certainly got the leg.
Yeah, he does. But nice job by Sua just reading the quarterback's eyes, got his hands on the ball.
Boy, that was just a fantastic job by Sua, using all of his 6'1" frame to deflect it. Borsari from 47. The kick on the way. It is no good. Wide left.
Yep. Wow, definitely had the distance. So huge response by Mater Dei's defense. Forced a long field goal attempt. And now if you're Mater Dei here, a few first downs will go a long way.
That was wide left by a bit.
And you know, that's a tough spot for the senior kicker, Borsari. 47-yard field goal attempt, trailing by 3 with just over 4 minutes left. But that's a nice thing if you're Bishop Gorman's defense is your bread and butter this year has been sacks and tackles for loss. And the ball goes back to the 20 in high school of missed field goal.
Coach Lara, big sigh of relief after that field goal attempt. 4:12 on the clock, each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Mater Dei leading by 3. They have to hang on to the football. Running left, Roby. He's going to get a first down across the 30-yard line. Good lead blocking there by Mater Dei. Let's give credit where credit is due, as that was big Adam Fogelsong, the junior, 6'4", 295 pounds, leading the way.
Yeah, just a great block, and boom, no chance for the DB trying to come up. And Malachi Roby, he's had impressive second half.
If I go Christmas shopping, I'm taking Fogelsong with me. He's going to clear out the mall, no problem.
Exactly, you'll be able to get the new Jordans.
I'll get to every store easily. Nice kick-out block by Chris Henry as well, the wide receiver blocking and doing his job. Gain of 10 on that last play. 7th first down of the second half for Mater Dei. They have 12 total. The ball at the 30. Roby again. He's going to get short yardage this time across the 30-yard line to the 32, a gain of 2.
Yeah, let's kind of see when Bishop Gorman starts calling their timeouts. They got all 3.
No hurry here for the Monarchs to get a play in.
Yeah, you're going to bleed this clock, and I think if Bishop Gorman gets a stop here and forces a 3rd down, I'd expect Coach Browner to take his first time out of the second half.
Hopkins with a nice, long, comfortable look at the sideline for the play call. Roby staying in the game. He's had a nice second half running the football for Mater Dei. Double tight end set to the right. Pressure coming. Hopkins going to roll out, and down he goes back at the 25.
Great job.
Teote.
Yeah, Teote. Timeout, Bishop Gorman.
Gorman calls time with the ball back at the 25-yard line, a loss of 7.
Bishop Gorman, that's their first of the half.
Big time play.
Yeah, just a perfect blitz. No one picked up Teote. Coming into this one, he leads the team with 40 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. He's a 3-down linebacker, great in coverage. Great at the line of scrimmage, can also get in the backfield and make some pressure.
Well, with 2:38 remaining, Mater Dei in a 3rd and long situation.
I mean, it's pretty simple for me what I'm drawing up. You got 1-5. He's made some big 3rd down plays. I'm looking for Chris Henry Jr. You know, you could run it and force Bishop Gorman to take another timeout, but if I'm Mater Dei here, I want to go for the first down. You get a first down here, you put the Gaels in a tough situation.
Okay. You're in Las Vegas. You're feeling lucky.
Well, I mean, and you look at their last drive, too. They had 2 3rd and long conversions. I don't see it being an issue.
It is an interesting choice. I mean, you can try to run the football, maybe a QB draw or a draw to Roby, and you burn a little clock or force a timeout. Gorman down to 1. That'd still leave a lot of time. Then you bring your punting team out, or you take a shot and keep the drive alive. Just don't turn it over.
Yeah, exactly.
And meanwhile, defensively, you can drop back a little bit, play softer coverage, keep everybody underneath in a 3rd and 16. Hopkins going to step up and run the QB draw. He's got good speed. He gets to the outside. He's going to be stopped shy of the 35. And a timeout will be called by Gorman.
Yeah, nice job, Darian Abella there to come up from the
Bishop Gorman, that's their 2nd timeout of the half.
Make the nice open field tackle on Ryan Hopkins.
That was a nice run by Hopkins just to get positive yards. He got 9, making it 4th down and 6 from his 34-yard line. But this is an obvious punting situation for Mater Dei. Clock stopping with 2:30 to play. Gorman down to 1 timeout.
And if you're the Gaels, I mean, obviously you want to get a touchdown and take the lead, but if you want to attempt a field goal, I think you got to get it to at least the 25-yard line.
Orsari has had a field goal block from 45. He's missed from 47. So, yeah, 25, maybe the 20 to make it comfortable. So this punt coming up is big. Do you set up for a punt return? Mingo heading back to return this one for Gorman, or you try to get a punt block?
It gets a little shaky if you go for the punt block, don't get it, and maybe get like a roughie in the punter penalty. You saw that in last night's game with the Buffalo Bills. Really hurt Miami.
Yeah, that was a turning point in the game.
Yeah.
So the punting unit on for the Monarchs.
Yeah, playing it safe. No
rush. Kicks it away. That was a fair catch called for by Mingo. He had a little bit of running room, but he will call for the fair catch at the 24-yard line. So with 2:22 to go, Bishop Gorman with the football and a chance to tie the game or take the lead on this possession.
I mean, you really couldn't ask for anything better. This game's gone wire to wire, been a one-possession game.
Someone better check Chris Stonebreaker's pulse down on the sideline, because that guy already runs at high octane, and this game's getting just more and more exciting, and we don't want him choking on a popcorn kernel.
No, we don't. And, you know, I mean, Gorman's gone most of the game without.
Well, let's check in on Chris. Chris, what do you got down there? High energy in this stadium right now.
I don't know if you can see it, but I am I am checking my pulse at the moment. It is incredible, but the coaching staff at Bishop Gorman is so calm and collected still, even through all the different things. But being down here during some of these big plays, the fans, it is electric. So excited. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm going to send it back to you because this game was incredible, and the coach wants a flag. So send it back.
Eugenio escapes trouble while Chris was guiding us through the composure on the sideline. Eugenio shows some there and connects with Hall for a first down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Damari Hall having his best game as a Gael. What a catch.
That was great pressure by Mater Dei's defensive front and good coverage by Danny Lang.
Yeah, Eugenio's done a good job. There's been a little bit of pressure, but he's able to get outside the pocket and extend the play.
Under 2 minutes to play. Eugenio back to pass. He's going to throw. He's going to check down to Grant. Grant will be hit at the 35. He'll take it out to the 39-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Mater Dei. That time getting there first was Sua, and he'll make it a 2nd and 7 situation.
Yeah, Ezekiel Sua and Tamatoa Naote, very similar games, both great inside linebackers.
Gorman with that one timeout as we hit the 1:30 mark of the fourth quarter. Eugenio taking his time. Here comes a blitz. He's going to roll away from pressure to his left. Look down the field, now just tuck it away and run. He's going to head for the sideline, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 43.
I like that no call. I mean, he got hit when he was still in bounds. It was a little excessive by
So Schuster. Yeah.
It looks like the contact was made, though, as DJ Clanton just kind of he lost his edge. And it looks like there's contact before he's out of bounds. Good no call.
I don't know who the coach was who got taken out on the sideline over there, but I hope he's okay. 3rd down and 3, the ball at the 43-yard line. That did stop the clock with 1:12 remaining. Eugenio looking to throw. He's going to throw over the head of the running back on the near side. That time he was looking for Kiuku, and that'll make it 4th down. And the game hinges on this next play.
Wow, just something you don't see from Eugenio, just a little overthrow. And if he hits him in stride, it's an easy first down.
Going to go over and talk to his offensive coordinator as Grant will check back into the game for Kiuku. Mater Dei fans on their feet on the far side. Gorman fans on their feet here. Everyone recognizes the importance of this play.
And Watson and Mingo have both been huge targets for Eugenio. I'd expect him to go to one of those two.
Mater Dei is going to send 5. Eugenio's going to throw. He's going to hit Grant. Grant's going to extend. He's not going to get there. A gain of 1. Turnover on downs.
So Schuster again making plays this whole drive. Only a freshman, the younger cousin of Juju Smith-Schuster. He's going to be a name to remember. What a job by the Mater Dei defense. Sure tackling on 4th down. Also good job by Ace Latule, the sophomore safety. And Sean Scott getting pressure in the backfield too. So They're going to get a personal foul penalty on Mater Dei after the play, but that's not going to matter. The Gaels only with 1 timeout, so 3 kneel downs, and this one's over.
Excessive celebration should be the call. Hard to believe that Schuster, just a freshman, flying around the field like that, making plays.
He had a great game last week against Corona Centennial, and he's going to be a guy you see make plays for this Monarchs defense. So, partner, we'll let the ref talk here, but we got tough decision to make, because I think you can make a case for Chris Henry Jr. or Mark Bowman.
Bowman with those 2 touchdown catches here in the game.
For my conduct, 44, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Schuster fired up after the play, gets called for the penalty, but I think you could, a week's worth of frustration on Mater Dei's part got released there on that last 4th down stop.
So Mater Dei, it looks like they're going to improve to 23-0 out-of-state competition. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Chris Henry Jr. had a huge game. Mark Bowman had a huge game. Are we allowed to do a co, or has it got to be one dude?
I mean, I think we could do whatever we want.
I think it's co.
It's up to our graphics people, I think.
I think we go co here. I mean, it's hard for me to give it to one and not the other, because I think Chris Henry Jr. made big plays when Mater Dei definitely needed it. You had that one towards the end of the first half, and then the big touchdown to take the lead.
Mater Dei's got 1 more kneel down to go, and they will move to 3-1 on the year, and Bishop Gorman will fall to 4-1 and 0-5 against Mater Dei in the history of these 2 schools playing each other. What a game this was, and what a relief it is for Ryan Hopkins and this offense. After last week against Centennial, he lets out a shout that you could probably hear back in Santa Ana.
Hey, I mean, a lot of people were starting to doubt Mater Dei. Oh, is this kind of a down year for Mater Dei? They come back and get a big road win in Las Vegas. You know, in a game where Bishop Gorman was landing some big punches, but Mater Dei gets a knockout at the end.
You know, for Mater Dei this year, it might just be fans of Mater Dei Monarchs football. Tight games all week, all season. You've had 3-point wins over Aquinas, Kahuku, now Bishop Gorman. 3-1 on the year of the Monarchs. We'll be back for the post-game show in just a few moments, folks. Please stay with us. It's the MaxPreps Game of the Week, a post-game show. Jeff Kurtz alongside Zach Poff. Well, there are a lot of people who love Chris Henry right now. He has the game-winning touchdown catch for Mater Dei. Not just, I'm assuming that's Mom over there with the placards. But let's go down to Chris Stonebreaker, who's got to be talking to a very happy and relieved head coach Raul Lara of the Mater Dei Monarchs, winning it today 27-24. Chris?
How you doing today, Coach? Big win, national stage. What are you feeling after this big win?
First of all, great game, man. I mean, 2 great teams, great programs competing against each other. It was a fight today, which we knew it was going to be a fight. So therefore, obviously, what a great game. And I'm proud of my guys. We were able to pull it out at the end. So, again, just happy about my guys taking care of business.
What did you learn about your team in this victory that's going to take you on through the season and Trinity League?
Well, they know how to fight, and it's just finding that chemistry and just, continue to grind it out and just win games. What our guys did today, which we already knew when we played this team, it was going to probably be down to the wire. And so, again, that character of just getting it done at the end. There were some big plays, and obviously, again, Gorman did a great job. They played their butts off too. It's too bad that somebody has to lose, but again, I give them a lot of credit. So,
hey, big game, national stage, MaxPreps Game of the Week. Hey, congratulations, Coach. I know you put a lot of pressure on you on this game. Hey, we're gonna go back up to Jeff and pop up in the booth. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Chris. Thanks to Coach Lara for taking a few minutes to reflect on that. I thought, they could carry the whole postgame show, Zach. Our work is done here, right?
I thought we were done. I thought we were hanging up the headsets and go hit the town, but.
Well, you could sense some relief on Coach Lara's part. I mean, that is a game like this really takes you through all the emotions that one could go through. You're up, you're down. You have big plays moment to moment. You have that touchdown run from Prince Williams on the fumble recovery. Then it gets called back by a penalty. You get ahead, you get behind, you tie the game at halftime. I mean, this game had pretty much everything you could expect from a high school game between two teams of this caliber.
Yeah, and that was a 10-point swing because it went from being a Bishop Gorman touchdown. Mater Dei ends up getting a field goal on that drive, 14-14 at half. And, Coach Lara said it great. What a great high school football game this was tonight. Two of the premier programs battling, going blow for blow. And a huge win for Mater Dei because they didn't want to, drop their second straight game. First time it would have been since 2013. And, things don't get any easier for Bishop Gorman. Now they got to hit the road and play a very talented Santa Margarita team that's riding a 3-game win streak. And they own a win against Corona Centennial, the same team that beat Mater Dei.
Yeah, that's next week for Bishop Gorman, a game you can watch on the NFHS Network next Saturday. I watched an interview this week, and I can't remember where I saw it on Instagram, but it was with Greg Olson, former NFL tight end and now commentator, and does a great job. It did a great job as a tight end, now it does a great job as a commentator. Yeah. But he mentioned that he'd been in Super Bowls, he'd been in great college games. He said the thing that he misses most is Friday nights playing with his friends in his hometown or with his teammates that he's worked with. He misses Friday night high school football the most out of all these other big games he's played in. And as we talk about tight ends tonight, we saw a pretty good game from one of our players of the game, and we went with co-players of the game this evening with Mark Bowman and Chris Henry, our players of the game. Of Bowman really showing up as a tight end tonight. No touchdown catches coming into this game, just 7 receptions on the year in 3 games. And he had a bunch of big ones tonight, including 2 catches for a score.
Yeah, he's the best tight end in the country, in my opinion. And he made huge plays. And Ryan Hopkins had himself a night as well. This was the big catch for Chris Henry Jr. to close out the first half to set up the field goal.
And then Bowman later on and with another catch, and then there Henry ending up in the end zone, which what turned out to be the game-winning score. Hopkins and Bowman connecting twice for touchdowns, and then that's the other one for Bowman. And then Henry connecting once. Big-time plays. And credit Ryan Hopkins, who really got pummeled last week against Corona Centennial and came back with a big game tonight. No turnovers, distributed the ball really well, 3 touchdown passes, and stayed cool and calm under pressure, and Bishop Gorman can bring pressure.
Yeah, and that's what makes this Mater Dei team really scary, is Hopkins is getting better and better each week. Once the CIF Southern Section Division I playoffs get here, he's going to be so much better than he was even tonight, and he had a great game.
Well, it's not going to be easy for Mater Dei this year because they've been winning by 3 points every time they've gotten a win.
Yeah.
And they've been playing a tough schedule, and it will not get any easier as they move into Trinity League play after a week off. But they'll be battling all the way up to St. John Bosco, and assuming everybody wins out from here, that's going to be the game of the regular season on Halloween.
And, I mean, for these guys, too, they're driving back to SoCal tonight. So this is going to be a happy bus ride back to Santa Ana, California. And this is going to give them plenty of momentum going into the Trinity League, where they're going to play the best of the best.
Well, hopefully it's less of an adventure for Mater Dei going back as it was coming out, with buses breaking down and getting here a little bit later than they anticipated, but it was worth the trip. Mater Dei, a 27-24 win over Bishop Gorman tonight. I'd like to thank our outstanding crew here on the NFHS Network, L2 Productions, MaxPreps, Play On Sports, IMG Academy and Central High in Phoenix City, Alabama. That's where we will take our road show next week as our fun continues on the MaxPreps Game of the Week. We change time zones from Las Vegas to Alabama and bring you more great high school football coverage. MaxPreps Game of the Week continues on. Thanks so much for watching tonight, folks. 27-24 your final score. Mater Dei wins it. They are 3-1 on the year. Gorman 4-1. We'll see you next week on MaxPreps.
The MaxPreps Game of the Week is brought to you by GoFan, the leading ticketing solution for high schools. Skip the line and get your tickets instantly on the GoFan app. And by the NFHS Network. Watch your favorite teams live and on demand with the largest broadcast network for high school sports.